Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Coffee Talk with Karen B. Happy Moonday. It is June 29th, 2026. The year is like basically halfway over already. What the hell? You have to excuse me. I was trying to stuff my face during the intro. I almost made it. Anyway, what's up, y'all? Jeff Rust is first one in the house. Ginger Sugarbush, Chicago artist. Aisling 717. Are you on vacation, Ginger? Nice. Matrix 1879. Good to see you. Tony Coriolis, Boston Ray Mudflood Adventures. Tommy Tell the Truth. Scrotal Xerox. Liz the Iron Maiden. Hi, Liz. I miss you, Liz. What's up, Special K? Welcome. Twat Charles McCunt Chuckle. Tommy says, you just uploaded my last video update about my yard and code enforcement. Oh. Code enforcement because all your cars Because you got your little used car parking, your used car lot in your front yard. Billingtano didn't get a YouTube notification? YouTube doesn't like me. Hello, God Supremacist. Oh, chat jumped. Did I miss anybody? Not yet. Sheepdog. Good Rising. J-Love Infinity. What's that? So glad you do this. Well, I'm glad that you're here. It's the only thing that keeps me coming back every day. I tell you what, it's hard. It's not easy to keep it up week after week. You know, every time I log into YouTube, it's all negative number subscribers, just it's a little bit deep. It's like takes away any sort of motivation you have. But I love you guys. You guys are the best. Everybody that's here every Monday, you the bomb. You the bomb. You remind me that there are still some critical thinking people, that not everybody went off the deep end, There's still some normal people around. For the most part. You got FE news for us? Oh, dude. You know what? Billingtano sent me a video. I should play that video with Osmond Gold. It's kind of funny because, let's see.
Bill Burr and Shaq went viral for this. Is this the flat Earth thing?
Conspiracy theories. White people shit or black people?
I would stab.
Black. I'm gonna go black people.
So when they were on some podcast with Bill Burr. Bill Burr's a dickhead, by the way. He is such a dickhead. He talked shit about flat earthers a while ago, and he's talked shit about him here too. YouTube's been tripping since 2018. You're not wrong, dude. Seriously. It makes it like hard when they took so many of my videos down, like so many of the Strange Worlds that I did with Mark Sargent just fucking gone. You have to go to some other platform to see it all. What's up, Raised by Gypsies? AFE3278. What is your opinion on Oliver Tree? Was his Antarctica documentary a spoof? I didn't see his Antarctica documentary, and honestly, I didn't really look too much. I don't know anything about that. I didn't know, honestly, J-Love Infinity, that Oliver Tree had anything to do with Antarctica anything or made it. I just know that I never even knew who that guy was until the helicopter crash. I didn't even know who he was. And then I went and I looked him up on YouTube, and he has like 8 million. I was like, oh my God, he's got like 8 million subscribers. How did I not know who this person was? And then, of course, when I heard his music, I was like, well, that's why. It's not really my jam, but I didn't realize he was so popular. I had no idea who he was. It was funny. No, this is Osmond Gold. This is Osmond Gold. He's the guy who got famous doing video games and stuff, and he's this just weird dude who lives in a house and doesn't ever go outside, and he's a total slob. And anyway, Mark Sargent has a video of Osmond Gold. Look, let's just before we watch this, let's go back to this. This is why it's funny. Oh wait, I have to be in YouTube to look up this. Okay, so Mark Sargent. Mark Sargent's back, by the way. He's back stateside. Here. Is it this one?
This chat. I'm looking at the chat's going. Hey, for the Google chat.
They just stormed talking about the world is flat. I don't know what that was.
We got these trolls coming in. I love it. Oh, I see my name pop up. Somebody send me some hate. I don't care. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that, but
that's what I got the guy talking about the world is flat and always getting on him.
Isn't there a
No, this is not it. That's not what I'm looking for. Osmond, why did it? Come on. Am I spelling dude's name right? Asmongold. My bad. No? Where is it? The thing where he takes a poll. It's the video where Asmongold takes a poll in his chat, is the earth flat? And then the poll like overwhelmingly says yes. And he like has a meltdown. Why is it not on here anymore? Do you know what I'm talking about?
this chat real quick?
Getting it. So yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, I agree
The world is
100%.
flat.
To
Yeah.
the chat.
And the world is
Hey,
flat.
for this chat.
Whatever. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Back to this. Anyway, he's been having coming across flat Earth topic for quite some time now. It's on YouTube. Just jumped in to say hello to everyone. For some reason, I have no sound. Shut everything down, started back up, and still nothing for me. I don't know, Steve. Everybody else seems to have it. Turn your sound up. You know the clip, you'll find it. Did you find it? Let's see. Did you find it? Yes! This is the one. Why couldn't I find it?
That the majority
you-
of people thought the Earth was flat. Okay? So, you know, I'm not really going to base a whole lot of...
Hold on, he's got music playing in there. I hope it's not copywritten.
Want to have a vote on that? Let's have a vote on that. All right, is the Earth...
Is the Earth flat?
Actually. Yes, no. All right, we'll do this one here, okay, guys?
So, he starts a poll. Is the Earth flat actually? And the top is going to yes, and look at his face. His face. Thank you for finding that, Billingtano. Yes. Yeah. Yes, thank you. That's the one. That's why, because he typed it all as one word. Mark, oh my God. Fix your title so people can find it. Anyway, so there's that.
I would go
That was years ago.
as far as OG before the
I think black people have way more entertaining conspiracy theories. Not a single white people conspiracy is even nearly as entertaining as Yakub.
internet.
Yeah, okay.
Black people, and then white people started to catch up with the internet. Once,
took
but
it
we,
too
but we
far.
went in a stupid direction,
Yeah.
like flat earthers, rather than like being these people at the top are the ones we should be upset.
You don't think Earth is flat?
Bro, like, come on, man. Like, you have a college degree. Like, what do you...
Huh?
What? You know, I'm just asking a question.
Do you?
I'm just saying. I took it.
Oh my
I'm just saying. Oh, no, dude.
God, dude.
My question is, what is the advantage?
He's trolling? He's got to be... Like, Shaq, in my opinion... I actually think Shaq is a really smart guy. You don't end up on every aisle of Target on a different product if you don't somehow have an idea of what's going on. Like, I refuse to accept that Shaq is just stupid.
The people in power have that if it's if it's actually flat, I'm thinking it's round. Like, what does that get them?
Oh,
I
that's
don't
interesting.
know. I just
Like,
said,
I get the other things.
I just said I fly a lot.
Oh my God.
I
I
I'm
didn't
not even
know
talking to
this.
you. I'm
I'll
talking
let
to
you cook.
One time I took a 25-hour flight, and the plane never did this. That's all I said. Plane never did this. That's all.
He's gotta be trolling, bro. You have to be trolling.
All I said.
When you
If you
fly
look
over
at
the...
a map, if USA is over here, there's another country over here on the bottom, whatever. When you fly, my plane
It's
never did that.
unbelievable.
That's all I said. I would, because then I'd be like, the Earth is round. But it didn't do that.
All right. So this is what has to happen. If he's serious, I know he's a big guy. He's like 7 foot, right? But Elon can figure it out. We need Shaq to go to space. We cannot have an American icon such as Shaq believing in the flat Earth. No! Somebody's saying Space Jam!
Hey, so maybe Shaq is a flat earther. You didn't get notifications, Sarah? Billingtano said he didn't get a notification either. YouTube hates me. I don't know why it's not sending notifications out. I can tell because there's like 39 people here. Thank you for always doing this show on Monday. Makes my transition into the work week so nice. Well, you're welcome. I'm glad that it makes your transition into the work week more pleasant. I certainly hope to do at least that. Maybe make somebody laugh a little bit. I have a college degree and it's definitely not a ball. Fuck Target. Black people conspiracy theories are better. What's the difference between black people? What is a black people conspiracy theory versus a white people conspiracy theory? Can somebody explain to me the difference? Because I'm genuinely, I would say that there's a lot of black conspiracy theorists, like a lot of the channels. There's a lot of black conspiracy theorist channels, but I don't know that they're like. I mean, what is the difference between a black conspiracy theory and a white conspiracy theory? How do you make that sort of distinction? Oh, Osmond Gold? Yeah. Hey, man, these people are popular YouTubers, though. They get tons of viewers. What's up, Gregory Agogo? Closet Steve. Got a notification from Rumble, but not YouTube. Huh. Interesting. Why Flat Earth keeps doing the rounds. Why Flat Earth theory keeps doing the rounds. Do I have to make an account to read it? Can I find this someplace else? I don't want to make a stupid account just to read one article. I hate that they do this now. Just show me the stupid article. I mean, it's a flat earth article. How many people could possibly want to read it? What's up, Halcyon? Any discussion on the bipartisan bundle of anti-privacy digital ID bills, COSA/kids, always it's for the kids, getting voted on today? Not yet. I have not discussed that. No. No, we was Kangs is a black theory. Boy, that made me laugh. Oh, stop it. What's up, Jana? Wars were in America. Or maybe that that the real Jews are black. I guess that's a black conspiracy theory. Is that a black conspiracy theory? Shutting down CERN today? Crack and rap music might count as a black conspiracy theory. Hey, you know what? That is true though. I remember watching videos about like dudes, black dudes that were like recovering. They were like ex-gang members. And they would talk, this guy was talking about how they would go into the alley and there'd be a wooden crate and they'd open it and there were like guns inside and shit. Like they were literally just putting guns in the alley in boxes for people to get their hands on and use to become like armed gangsters, you know, because you start wondering if you like, yeah, hey, what's up, Crazy Doug? You know, you kind of wonder. It's like, dude, how did they get all that stuff? Like, how did that start happening? Well, it would make sense. Black Hebrew Israelites. Hey, Liz. Thank you and thumbs up. Freeway to help Karen channel. Yeah, thank you. Cheers. Cheers, Liz. Cheers. Anyway. I don't know if I'm going to be able to read that article, but bro, you guys, I just saw this. Did you know it was flooding in Kentucky? That it says 4 people have passed away after widespread flooding in Kentucky. I didn't realize that Kentucky was being flooded. It's hardly been raining over here, and Kentucky's getting flooded. I had no idea. Just like the bricks. Yep. Yes, exactly. Tupac's still alive is another black conspiracy theory. Okay. Sue Finelli, what's up? And then of course, the absolute freaking nightmare that is Venezuela. Did you guys see all that? Venezuela got devastated by those 2 back-to-back 7-point plus earthquakes. And then there was only like, it said there was like, what, 39 seconds between the earthquakes? That's crazy, right? And all those buildings that just collapsed. I've been looking at a lot of those videos this past few days. Illinois getting hammered with tornadoes. 3 firefighters died in Colorado. Wow. So there's all kinds of stuff going on all kinds of places. It be like that. Yeah, all the people, you see the people trapped inside. And then there's a couple of videos where they're starting to get bodies out of the rubble, and they're just laying bodies out. There's just so many of them. It's so terrible, dude. It's terrible. Like, what a nightmare. This one's crazy. This video right here is nuts. Watch this. Wait, let me mute it. I don't need their stupid dramatic music. This one right here. This video is crazy. This one I saw the first time this morning. So the earthquake's happening. Look, and it shakes so violently. Look, everybody just falls down. They can't even balance themselves to keep running. Isn't that nuts? And then, like, you see the buildings fall down here in the back. Look at this. That's just crazy. So a lot of these buildings, it turns out they weren't they were not built properly. They weren't built up to code. Like they didn't have the rebar reinforcement that the concrete needs and all that stuff. And so they just crumbled when these two earthquakes hit. Going to be in the 90s all week here. It's going to be hot here too. What's even more terrible is the possibility it wasn't natural earthquakes. Do not set up residence in a concrete tower, right? I don't really think humans were supposed to live in those things anyways. Heat wave in England, but not Scotland. I heard that, and then they're forbidding people in the UK to use AC. Like, what kind of torture is that? Let the bodies to the floor. Towers of concrete and glass towers never meant to last. Exactly. Death toll has to be. Oh, it is. There's still like, I heard there's like 68,000 people missing still. I mean, they're still actively digging people out of the rubble. They should have known better. Yes, they should have known better than to build things that were not up to code or like built to withstand this type of earthquake. 1,400 plus so far death toll. Yeah. Videos of nonstop lightning just prior to quakes. That's interesting. I remember when I lived in San Francisco Bay Area and it would get weird, like cloudy weather like that. We would call it earthquake weather. I mean, that's just what people would say, but I don't know if there was any, I never really paid attention to it enough to be like, oh yeah, there's a correlation, especially because like, I think the October earthquake, the really big one, it was a nice day that day. I was out riding my horse right before that happened. I literally got off my horse and then that earthquake hit. And I remember it being a very nice day. So, I don't know. Quake storm. Oh, see, Sue, you're from the Bay Area, so you know, people say that stuff, right? But I don't know. I don't know that there's really a correlation. Is there? Yeah, I bookmarked some of these videos. Piles of bodies. I don't know if we should really be looking at that though. Yeah, this one I had bookmarked. And then there's some people saying that children are being trafficked, like they're taking it. They're like and it would make sense that that's how predators are. They're very opportunistic. So, what better opportunity to go steal children than when maybe their parents have been killed in a natural disaster, quote unquote natural disaster. I know a lot of people don't think that it could possibly not be natural, but I don't know. Can we ever prove it? Allegedly, an alleged natural disaster, alleged not so natural disaster. You can make your own decision on that part, but if they're taking the opportunity to steal children, that's crazy. So because right here, this one.
Affected. I would like you to first give me your first and last name, please.
I am Noraima Perez, a waitress at the Camurive Clinic, and I am here affected because my 4 children are missing. My daughter Aranza Lopez was taken out alive, but they took her out with a last name that is not hers.
I don't know if that's real now. Now I'm watching it again. That may not be real. I feel like that's phony video. I need to organize my bookmarks better. Here's an earthquake. They were playing a baseball game. Very similar to the quake of '89 was happening during the World Series, which was the San Francisco Giants. You see the lights start shaking. Look at the wires over here shaking. See if anything in the buildings do in the back. Wow. None of these buildings fall, it looks like. You can see everything shaking back here. That's wild. And then videos like this where dudes they're like in their building
Vecinos.
and it's all cracked. Look at that.
Okay. Ajá, ¿cómo estamos ahí? ¿Todo bien? Baja.
Le voy a mostrar parte de cómo quedó esto en el edificio Maori 6, Puerto Cabello, 24
Look at
de
that.
junio.
That's nuts. Water, all the pipes broke and stuff inside of there.
Edificio Maori 6, Puerto Cabello. ¿Cómo estamos aquí los vecinos? Vecinos. Vamos a hacer aquí.
That's why I like Michigan.
Okay.
No hurricanes, no earthquakes.
Wow. Puerto Cabello, hoy es 24 de junio. Bendito sea Dios.
Hello, Ivan. Hello, Fazook Films. Shalom.
Así quedó el Maori.
Not wild. Look at that. Look at the damage. It's just so crazy.
La parte de las columnas. No, Dios mío, adelante. Hay que resolver.
I wouldn't even want to be standing
Hay que salir al frente.
next to those buildings with those cracks like that, man. That's just so scary.
Wow.
¿Qué es lo que era?
Look at that. Like the farther he goes down the stairs, the worse it gets.
Qué locura
The holes in the wall.
Acabó con el edificio.
Boy, look at that. Can't even barely get down the stairs right there. Bro. Look at that. Holy smokes.
Mierda, weón. Yo acabo de subir en el ascensor.
Couldn't even get down the stairs anymore there. How many floors is he still up? Wow. Hey, accidental alchemist. Steel frame buildings are the strongest. They call that level and start over. Somehow we'll be paying for this too. Poor people. Yeah, well, I don't like earthquakes. Hey man, I grew up feeling earthquakes because I grew up in California, and they could be very scary and they can cause a lot of damage. So I hear you. They're not, most of the time they're harmless and nothing really happens most of the time. And then when you have a really big violent one like that, watch, this is interesting too, because this video right here was like some festival and they're all playing drums. And then the earthquake starts. Isn't that wild? They just start screaming and running. My goodness.
Horrible. Aquí se cayeron dos edificios, mire, al lado de la Altamira. Dios mío, el que estaba aquí en Altamira, el hotel Altamira, que tanto el semáforo, se cayeron dos edificios. Dios mío, ay, tiene que haber muerto, Dios mío. Uy, no, esto es horrible, esto es horrible.
It's horrible. I mean, I know it's devastating, but this woman sounds just like those women in the novellas. I mean, I know she's genuinely upset, and this is a horrible situation, but it kind of makes me laugh because she's like, "Ay, Dios mío, es horrible." Dude, it's just like the novellas. Maybe you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know.
Mira esto, Dios mío. Dios mío, que completo, Dios mío, Señor. Hay heridos, hay gente herida. Ay, Dios mío, mira esta señora, Dios mío, Señor, la viejita. Ay, Dios mío.
Gregory, how have you been in San Diego County all your life and you only felt 2 slight wiggles? Dude, I lived there for 3 years and I probably felt like 4 or 5 earthquakes. How have you lived there your whole life and not felt? How? What are you doing? I mean, I lived there for 3 years and I felt a number of a few. More than 2, I know that. I summoned it with a drum circle. I bet it took them a second to figure out what was going on. My live show has been interrupted by ads twice now. Is it automatically putting ads? It should only be doing it at the beginning because I don't have it. I never tell it to just automatically insert ads unless it's just doing that on its own now. Heavy sleeper. Boston Ray. Come on, bro. That's gross.
Mira, aquí el restaurante, aquí estoy en la primera transversal. Estoy abajo, en la primera transversal de los Pagrandes yendo para Plaza. Ay, Dios mío, este edificio también se agrietó, así se agrietó por mi casa, pero...
There was one where it was like stuff was falling. This woman was like screaming and running. Things were falling. Right here. Oh yeah, watch. Look at that. That's crazy. Anyway, I really feel for those people. It's gotta be horrible. This one's crazy too. Right here. the walls like falling apart. Shit's wild. That was just like moving. They're all freaking out. I mean, I'd be freaking out. That's crazy. Okay, I think that's it. But yeah, and then they're starting to show videos of like all the bodies, and that's kind of morbid. I bookmarked some of those, but now I don't really feel good about showing that. You can imagine. Or if you want to look it up, you can look it up yourself, but man, it's just terrible. It's terrible. Wonder if they're gonna find SD cards and cameras inside collapsed buildings. Oh, maybe. I don't know. What is even real anymore? I know. Yeah, I use Brave browser. Do we thank the U.S. Geological Survey for this? For what? The earthquake? Two earthquakes in the Niagara region. There's been a few earthquakes out here. It's nowhere near as much movement out here as there is on the West Coast, though. I felt the earthquake that damaged the monument, the Washington Monument, but I was like putting my son to sleep because he was a toddler, and I was just laying there next to him. Really, it was very quiet, and I felt the house shake, but there was no trucks driving by on the road outside, so I was like, that felt like an earthquake, and then I looked, and it was. Just got another ad. I don't know why that's happening. I don't tell it to insert ads. Unless it changed something. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know why you're getting so many ads. I think that's YouTube. I'm also streaming on Odyssey and Rumble. Soon to be the Trump monument. Yeah, Trump is ridiculous, dude. Ridiculous. What else? What else? Let me see. Let me search Kentucky. Well, how is this? How long has this been going on in Kentucky? Flooding. The reports indicate the flooding is centered in central Kentucky, Not the Greene County area where you're planning to move. Watch as the car drives through serious flooding in Nonsuch, Kentucky on Saturday. The rain inundated roads and grassy surfaces, leading to devastation across the Commonwealth. Wow.
Remains under a state of emergency. But come with me and take a look at this road and the sheer force of the waters this weekend. Even over a small creek like this one, the water was so powerful that it was able to peel back parts of this asphalt and leave them shredded. Now, this is just one of multiple buckled roads across the state of Kentucky that led to dramatic rescues over the weekend. This morning, the death toll from overwhelming flash floods rising. At least 4 people killed in Kentucky. The governor declaring a state of emergency after torrential downpours triggered dozens of water rescues and left entire communities underwater.
Some counties got hit with almost record amounts of rain in very short periods of time.
The rapidly rising waters powerful enough to break through this backyard fence.
I can't believe that fence held all that.
Quickly turning roads into rivers.
Yeah, I'm not trying this.
This video posted to social media showing the moments after firefighters pulled one driver to safety. Just moments later, the vehicle is swept away. In Cumberland County, highways washed away. WKRN's Liz DeSantis was there.
You can see the road I'm standing on has just completely crumbled away into the water below.
And in hard-hit Madison County, this church destroyed, swept off its foundation and washed onto a nearby road.
When I looked out the back door, I said, oh my gosh, we gotta go. We need to go now.
Shannon Webb and her family were asleep when the storm took aim at their home.
Everything in the house is gone. The whole sidewall's out. It washed everything out.
And Robin, the storms also wreaked havoc in Tennessee, where one woman died, bringing the death toll in the region to 5. Officials say that that woman was trying to save her son when high waters swept her into a culvert.
Dang, man. That's gnarly. Floods suck. NDB is safe. I saw him in the IRM chat this morning. Hey, True Earth Whisperer. What's up, Chuck Jackson? Lost everything I owned in a flood 12 years ago. Dang, Tommy. Everything but your Bible? Wow. Crazy. Whoa, look at this. Oh, a big old tractor trailer getting swept away.
Open little seats here and stuff fall. Hey, my Dr. Pepper's in there.
Oh, my Marilla's gonna be
I think I just get bit by a snake. Oh no, that's the cord.
Oh, it came up a foot or two since I was just putting in this house.
Good thing there's an ark in Kentucky. It's funny. Please try to find the video of the drunk guy swinging an alligator around at a party. Is it a real video or is this going to be some AI slop? There's so much AI slop, dude, and AI is getting harder to identify. House wall collapsed in seconds during devastating 7.5 magnitude earthquake struck Venezuela. Dang. Is somebody sitting in this chair? I think the person's sitting in this swinging chair. Or no. Looks like it. That's wild. Oh, maybe not. There's just something hanging in there? Weird. Thought there was somebody in that chair. Wild video of residential housing just collapsing into rubble all at once in Venezuela.
¡Qué loco, huevón! Marico. No, vale, qué loco. ¡Qué loco, huevón!
That's wild. All those buildings they were just recording aren't there.
No, vale, qué loco.
The Venezuela 7.5 earthquake death toll has risen to 1,450. 3,150 injured are being treated in hospitals, with 12,721 total individuals affected so far. Wow. Well, at least this building seems to be holding up pretty well. They're lucky. What's the name? God. I live in Shepherdsville, Kentucky, about 15 miles south of Louisville. My gravel driveway washed out, and we had water in the garage and the back wall of our berm house. But we had it better than a lot. Yeah, wow. Well, I guess you're lucky it didn't get worse than that. Goodness. Hey, what's up, Lowry? Glad you're okay, Special K. Neil Young went to my high school. Neil Young lived in the town that my high school was in when I went to high school, but of course he was too old to go to my high school. But he lived in Woodside, which is where my high school was. Bunch of rich people lived in that area. Woodside High School. Woodside, California. Anyway, you know what else I wanted to talk about too is Flock. There's some guy, engineer charged for destroying, I think I had it open in this tab too. Yeah. A former Air Force engineer in Virginia has been arrested after he allegedly destroyed over a dozen Flock cameras. When asked why, he said the Flock cams were unconstitutional and a violation of my and others' Fourth Amendment rights. He allegedly tossed them off major highways where they shattered. Police caught the former engineer by using the very Flock cams he was destroying to track them down.
Who say he is responsible for destroying more than a dozen Flock license plate reader cameras in North Suffolk over a more than 6-month period last year. Installed in the last decade in the name of safety, officers say they noticed beginning last April.
That camera was turned facing towards the wood line, which is not facing towards the road, which is its intent.
But as time progressed, detectives say they found cameras removed entirely, some of them thrown off overpasses onto I-664. Detectives detailed how a traffic camera is what led them to Sovern, who is an engineer in the Air Force. At the end of last September, a warrant was signed issuing a GPS device to track the truck he was driving. And last October, another warrant allowed for a search of his Harborview condo, where detectives say Flock camera components were found.
Bolts, washers, there's just a variety of components that go to these devices.
Bolts and washers, those aren't specific to cameras.
When questioned, one detective says Sovern said the cameras are unconstitutional and a violation of his and others' Fourth Amendment rights. So far, no federal judge has agreed with a similar argument brought before them, with one in Norfolk recently saying the license plate readers can't track the totality of a person's movements. It was revealed today Sovern is facing similar charges out of Chesapeake, where he's due in court next week.
Not all heroes wear capes. What's up with this dude? Are there any meetups in upstate SC anytime soon? I do not know. Your safety is paramount, yeah. I know, bolts and washers. Is she for real with that? I've seen someone has been putting signs under the Flock cams around here. They are basic info signs about what they are and how they violate your rights. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. D-Flock. 109,084 LPRs mapped in the USA. Automated license plate readers. This is dflock.org, by the way. This tracks all the Flock cameras and tells you where they are. What are ALPRs? Automated license plate readers, or LPRs, are AI-powered cameras that capture and analyze images of all passing vehicles, storing details like your car's location, date, and time. They also capture your car's make, model, color, and identifying features such as dents, roof racks, and bumper stickers, often turning these into searchable data points. The cameras collect data on millions of vehicles regardless of whether the driver is suspected of a crime. These systems are marked as indispensable tools to fight crime, but they ignore the powerful tools police already have to track criminals, such as cell phone location data, creating a loophole that doesn't require a warrant. Example of an annotated license plate reader photo showing captured vehicle details. Dangers of ALPRs, privacy violations. ALPRs track your movements and store your data for long periods of time, creating a detailed record of your location history. By the way, let's just look up this. Cops use Flock camera to stalk. Flock has 1,000 cameras. Blah, 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 blah. Come on. I was not going to show it to me. There's something like the whole bunch of cops have gotten in trouble for using flock cameras to stalk like girlfriends or ex-girlfriends. This is an altered search. Come on, Elon. Cops are using, here we go. Cops are using license plate readers to stalk their crushes, and it keeps happening. That little black camera bolted to a pole at the end of your street was supposed to be hunting stolen cars and Amber Alerts. Turns out in more than a few towns across America, it's also been quietly helping a cop figure out where his ex-girlfriend is having dinner. A growing review of news reports and public records by the Institute for Justice has pinned down at least 18 separate cases of police officers allegedly using automated license plate reader networks, the flock cameras, and similar systems now blanketing the country to stalk people they were romantically interested in. We're talking current partners, exes, and at least one genuinely unsettling case, a total stranger a cop spotted in public and decided to track down. Most of these incidents have piled up since 2024, and nearly every one of these officers either got criminally charged, resigned, got fired, or some combination of all three. Here's the kicker. The company behind these cameras love to tell you they have internal safeguards to stop this exact thing, yet only a handful of the 18 cases were caught by those internal investigations. The rest came to light the old-fashioned way when a terrified victim walked into a police station and reported being stalked. So there you have it. Where is my, I think I heard somebody calling and I gotta find my window. There it is. No. Where is, oh, here we go. All right, I found my window. Sorry, whoever tried to call. I couldn't find my call window to answer the call. Rookie move. Anyway, the fundamental problem, as IAJ attorney Michael Swayfer puts it, is that these systems dump a detailed log of everybody's movements into the hands of every officer with a login, no warrant required. When there's no real check on who's searching what, you get exactly what you'd expect from giving thousands of people a god's eye view of every car on the road. Exactly. Wisconsin has a real flock problem. This past March, a Milwaukee officer resigned after allegedly running his romantic partner and one of that partner's exes through the city's flock network nearly 180 times in 2 months. Read that again, 180 times. The wild part is that how he got caught, his victim looked themselves up on haveibeenflocked.com. Ooh, that's a nice place to check out. A site that scrapes publicly released flock audit data and found the receipts. Milwaukee PD then yanked most officers' access to the database entirely. That's crazy. He wasn't alone in the Badger State. A Menasha officer got put on leave and charged with misconduct after his ex-girlfriend filed a complaint. 2 hours away in Kenosha, a sheriff's deputy resigned after investigators found he'd been tailing a coworker he was involved with, and the department still handed him severance pay on the way out. Wow. The one that should make your skin crawl. Earlier this year, a Monroe County, Florida sheriff's deputy allegedly used an ALPR system to track and eventually pull over a woman he'd met while working security on a TV set. He didn't know her. He just decided he wanted to, and the surveillance state handed him the tools to make it happen. That's fucking creepy. That's creepy. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hello, Karen. It's Ginger. How are you?
What's up, Ginger?
Just wanted to give you kind of a heads up about the ad thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, so I've got my TV that's going through my PlayStation that I'm watching you on, but I chat on my phone because it's so much easier. When it starts, it just mutes you for like 30 seconds or so, and you totally miss everything there. And then as I'm trying to type something in, which I've been very hesitant about it,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be almost through like a sentence or two, and then it just goes directly to ad, and everything I've written is gone. But it's more on my phone than the.
Okay, I just checked and it changed it. It had mid-rolled ads on, and I never turned that on. So they just did it they did it automatically.
Yeah, and I'll honestly do not blame you for like doing it or doing anything, because I know you're an honest, wonderful person. So, but yeah, just from my end, I wanted to try to tell you what I'm seeing.
Okay.
Otherwise, when you hosted Strange World the other night,
Mm-hmm.
you guys mentioned Weird Al.
Weird Al Yankovic.
That's the one and only.
Mm-hmm.
Not Weird AI, as some young people read it. But I got to see him in 1996, and I'm going to go see him on the 5th of July.
Oh, cool.
30-year gap.
Wow.
So, yeah, I am really looking forward to it.
That's cool.
But,
so you'll have to let us know how it was. After you go.
I mean, well, thankfully, because I have, we both have holidays, I get the extra Monday in lieu of our Canada Day.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll get to annoy you again next Monday.
Okay, cool.
All right. Well, yeah. Just I'll shut up.
Alrighty.
Take care. Take care, Karen.
All right. Thanks. You too.
Bye.
Bye. Been having a debate on YouTube about the can opener bridge in Louisville, huh? Watching a body cam of the officer was able to just pull up flock data to see if the driver he pulled over was telling the truth when he told the officer where he was traveling from. What, dude? See, that's crazy. It's way too invasive. Or you could just use Brave browser that blocks the ads for you. And this is almost certainly an undercount. The 18 cases below are the ones we know about. Plenty of misconduct never gets detected. Plenty gets quietly settled, and officers routinely punch in vague or flat-out fake reasons for their searches to dodge scrutiny. The list also leaves out murkier cases like the Joplin, Missouri officer who left his job over unspecified flock-related policy violations. If you care about who's watching your car, it's worth keeping an eye out on these surveillance stories keep developing and how the tech bolted onto our roads is being used. The Institute for Justice has also spun up the Plate Privacy Project to fight warrantless mass surveillance in court and at the State House. Every known ALPR romantic stalking case. So here's a list of all the stalking cases. That's wild. So, yeah. And you're talking about armed agents of the state. Armed agents of the state who already feel comfortable to do the immoral thing of invading your privacy when there's no warrant for your arrest or anything like that. So, that's kind of scary. That's kind of scary. Hello, methinks bear. So anyway, there's that. Now, risk of misuse, dangers of ALPR. Yeah, data from ALPRs has led to wrongful arrest, profiling, and stalking ex-partners by police officers. What does their link say? Catchy police lieutenant arrested for using police technology to stalk wife. Arrested by the Wichita Police Department after it was discovered that he utilized his position within the police department to unlawfully access WPD's Flock license plate reader technology to monitor where his estranged wife was located. I mean, yikes. So there's that. And then what else? Limited benefits. There's no substantial evidence that ALPRs effectively prevent crime despite Flock's unethical attempts to prove otherwise. ALPRs are a serious risk to your privacy and civil liberties. These systems continuously record your movements without a warrant, probable cause, or even reasonable suspicion. Your driving history is rarely confined to the town or city where the cameras are installed. It's typically shared with thousands of other agencies nationwide. Secretly, once the data is out of your community, you have no control over how it's used or what rules apply. Well, apparently you don't have any control even if it is in your community, leading to instances of misuse. Launch the map. Dang, man, the East Coast is covered in them damn things. San Francisco Bay Area, covered. Los Angeles, San Diego, covered. Vegas, Phoenix, all the big cities. Salt Lake City, Denver, Colorado Springs, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Austin, covered. Memphis, Tennessee. Here's Atlanta. Oh my gosh, Atlanta is a big old yellow blob. So's New York. Holy crap, look at Charlotte. Lordy. Lordy. My goodness. These things are freaking everywhere, dude. Boy, it really is a surveillance state. There's Chicago. Damn. Montana has almost none. Same with Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine. These are not so bad up here either. Interesting. Interesting. They have all different brands. Interesting. Fleur. It didn't change anything, did it? Canada Day is your only day off? Off to work? Have a great day at work, Sirius B. Dystopia, yeah. Michigan is kind of sparse except for Detroit and Grand Rapids. Detroit. Yep. Also, what is this? Starts with a K. Kalamazoo. Upper Peninsula is pretty sparse, though. Upper Peninsula doesn't have very much going on. So there's that. So out in these parts where not very many people live, they don't have so many cameras. Full-time farmer? I am not a farmer. I do work. I plan on changing what I do for work as soon as possible, though. But I do what I gotta do. Kazoo, where the original Gibson Guitar Factory was located. Really? Cool. So anyway, yeah, there's that. Trump-backed state fair shuts down. So the remember how? Do you guys remember how there was Trump was trying to do this 250th anniversary state fair, but it was like for the whole country, and then there were like all these people were scheduled to be there, and then like one by one they just all dropped off. And then it was like the last one left was like Vanilla Ice. And then they ended up canceling the whole thing because everybody was like, screw this crap. The 16-day event on the National Mall, organized by Trump administration group Freedom 250, celebrates America's 250th anniversary with state pavilions, a giant Ferris wheel, rides, food, and history tributes from June 25th to July 10th. At least 10 states skipped official booths due to budgets or schedules, though organizers say all 56 states and territories were represented via private groups. Online clips fueled mockery over sparse crowds. A Fox News wash of people gaff an Israeli flag display and a short-lived Confederate flag projection. Yet attendees like Dean Cain praised the patriotic views as operations resumed. Whatever.
LJ, you're over in Texas, I think, where it's always hot out there. So yes, it's typically hot in the summer, but it's not this hot in the summer. That's it from here for me. But a guy
doesn't look like there's much going on over there, that's for sure.
Lawrence, LJ, you're over in Texas, I think, where it's always hot out there.
I was born in heat, and that's
Someone calling. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen, it's Ron. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Let me turn the stream down. I'm behind on the stream again, so forgive me. Everything going okay?
Yeah, as far as I can tell.
Okay. Awesome. I check in on you. Got some interesting things, I think. I just found a new Gothic cathedral I've never heard about. It's really fascinating. Maybe you've heard of it? I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong, but Chartres Cathedral, Notre Dame Chartres Cathedral in France.
In France, yeah.
Yeah. So you know that CHRTRES?
CHRTRES.
Yeah, Cathedral Notre Dame. I don't know if that's necessary.
I don't remember how to spell it, but yeah, I've looked at a lot of cathedrals in Chartres. Yeah, medieval Roman Rite Cathedral. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a like a mural on the floor of a Schumann resonator tuned to a small low frequency 7.83 hertz, which is the frequency of Earth, of its atmosphere.
Are you talking about that circle with like the clover design in the middle?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I heard just before
I don't
I'm
know.
looking into
People
it more.
call that they say that it is the same as a Schumann resonator, but how do we know that whoever made the resonator just didn't copy that?
True. Because we didn't, supposedly we didn't discover the Schumann resonator until 1960. And this building was built in 1220 AD. So they deduced, have you ever heard the theory of buildings and cities and the pyramids are built and laid out like motherboards in a computer or power plants?
Yes, I have.
Harvesting free energy?
Allegedly. There's no proof of that.
It is fantastical thinking. I can read your mind.
Yes.
But
because if you think about it, I mean, if they're just using the space that they need to use in an efficient way, which is to lay things out in an orderly fashion or in some type of grid way. That's why cities are laid out in a grid. That's why things are organized that way, because if you just pile shit in there, it's not going to fit right. It's like instead of folding your clothes and putting them in your suitcase, you just stuff everything in there. You just dump everything in there. It's just a better use of space. It's just logical use of space.
Yeah, to get your line of thinking that you want microcomputers, you want to make everything smaller, so that would make sense on a micro scale and a citywide scale.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking from above, from like a drone footage, looking down on the city, and then comparing the picture to a motherboard.
Mm-hmm.
There are some correlations, but I get what you're saying. That they're not apples to oranges. Maybe that's not the right.
I mean, they look similar, but I mean, I think it's just an efficient way to use the real estate you have. Like on that little silicone chip, they have so much space, and everything has to go, in a very orderly fashion. Information has to be going to the right place at the right time. So, I mean,
yeah. And the other theory, I'll just put it out there, that AI built the pyramids, and then the huge event destroyed it all, and now we're building AI again.
Oh God!
Again, on the thing that there's nothing new under the sun, that everything you could ever think of, every thought you've ever had, every discovery you've already made, has already been discovered.
Is this
There's nothing
archaics?
new under the sun. That's my Ecclesiastes.
Does this come from archaics? I feel like this sounds like some archaics bullshit theory.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with that.
Oh, okay.
Archaic? Is that a person on YouTube or something?
Yeah, he's a mongoloid rapist. He doesn't matter.
No, I've never heard of him. So these are just my thoughts. And coincidentally, I listened to a Moody Bible Church on Sunday, and it was all about my favorite book of the Bible, Ecclesiastes. I won't go into that all again, but it kind of is along my line of thinking here that there's nothing new under the sun, that everything's already been discovered. So everything's in vain. Everything we do here is in vain. It's futile and it's freeing. You didn't find any comfort in that, but I still do. And I found it funny that this preacher would do a sermon on it. I think I find it like not stuff I say, but stuff I think, or that is collectively going through the consciousness of the globe. Because I'm like, why are people repeating back? I went through the Bible. I listened to the Bible because I can't read it. I can't read because my mind wanders. But I listened to it all the way through, and the only book of the Bible that stood out to me was Ecclesiastes. And I just find it that now that it's coming back to me in different ways, and it's reaffirming my views on the subject. Most people find it depressing that their legacy doesn't matter, that everything they accumulate and build and work towards can be blown away in an instant. You can't take it with you when you die. Or they find it depressing that everything's in vain and futile, but it is. I find so much comfort in that. But anyway, I didn't mean to go off on that tangent. Oh, shut up. Any thoughts on that? I'll go back to the cathedral in a minute. There's more I had to add to that.
Well, I don't think that everything here is in vain and futile. I don't really agree with that.
In what way?
Well, I mean, why would it? I don't understand why somebody would. I mean, that's like a nihilistic point of view to think that nothing we do here means anything.
Yeah,
I mean, it
was
means
ego
something to us
shattering
while we're
and
here. It means something to our children, you know?
yeah. And in another chapter of that book, you just mentioned children. Like he alluded to, this is all from King Solomon. I didn't realize King Solomon wrote the Ecclesiastes, and it was, well, he didn't write it. It was on his views, sent down from God. That nothing in the world will ever satisfy you. Like if you make $1 billion, you want to make $1 trillion. You know what I mean? No amount of money, no amount of food, no amount of sex, no amount of love, no amount of anything will ever satisfy the soul here. And I find that this is a C.S. Lewis quote that if I find in myself desires that can never be fulfilled here, I must assume I was not made for here. We're not made for here. We're eternal. Is any of this making sense? Like, it's so freeing. Like, even you talk about legacy for your children and whatnot. Well, in 100 years, 200 years, they'll be dead too. And I don't know if I'm explaining. I'm going off in too many tangents because everything floods to my mind so quickly. I hope someone's getting something out of it, that I'm making sense to somebody. But it's not a depressing thing to me. Maybe that's just how I am. It's freeing. Like, look at those people. You're watching a lot of disaster stuff this morning. In an instant, everything you built, Karen, can be washed away by a flood or a tornado.
Yes,
Everything
it could be.
Gone.
It could be.
What's that?
It's true.
Yeah.
It could be. So, does that mean that what I've been doing is meaningless? Or is it just part of the experience of this physical world?
It's part of all of that. And it's putting you back to reminding you what really matters. And that's just, we're here, we're part of God, we're here to enjoy what He's given us: life, love, good food, kittens, puppies, the blue sky. But ultimately, we're eternal, and we're not made for here. I don't know if I'm making any sense. It's so hard to put into words what's in my mind. And they say about my type, we know the answer before we know the question. They call it, Carl Jung called us a prophetic type, a prophetic function. You know, like there's a feeling function, thinking function. We have a prophetic function. So for me to express that, I'm trying to. I don't know if any of this is coming through. I didn't mean to go off on this tangent talking about this church, but it was just amazing to me. I wanted to reiterate it again because I just heard that pastor say it to his congregation. After, that's the book that stood out to me. All the Bible, especially the Old Testament, to me was like, I don't care about the kingdoms, your wars, your lineage, or who begat who circumcised, who's that. All of this is, ugh. I'm like, get me through this. This is so boring. But that stood out to me. And of course, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and the New Testament is all repeat. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are all repeats of the same story of the crucifixion. But I'm going off on too many tangents. I don't think I can convince you that, nor do I want to, that life is meaningless. I don't think I'd go that far. It's not meaningless. It's joyful. It's a gift.
Right. But then why?
With us, and don't take it too seriously, and don't take your legacy and what's our.
Well, then why would you call it futile? That means like
futile?
That's what you said. That everything we do here is futile. It's like saying that there's no purpose to anything. There's no reason. There's no reason to do anything. I just don't agree with that.
Well, I think you're reading into more than I'm saying. There's, of course, reasons to do everything, to love, to laugh, to. And one other verse of that, I'll just say it before I get back to it. King Solomon said from God that enjoy your heart, whatever you earn honestly, your works, your labor, your plowing in the fields, everything you earn honestly, that's your portion from God to enjoy.
Mm.
Drink, be merry, dance, you know what I mean? Like, that's your portion. And that's kind of like, leaving all your money to your children. I don't even know if that's a biblical thing or if that's what God wants you to do. it's not a selfish thing to enjoy your fortune if you earned it honestly from, from solid good work like carpentry or something, or anyway.
Yeah.
So back to it being futile. I hope I didn't come across as that. Beyond futile to work extra for things that don't matter, to accumulate, to hoard, that's
Oh yeah.
and to leave on to someone else. It'll never satisfy you, and I can't get no satisfaction. You know what I mean? Like I find that all the time. Desires equal pain. Desire equals pain. And let go of useless desires.
Equals pain.
Pain, desires. You were desiring things. It's only going to bring you pain. Sorry, these are feelings of metaphysical concepts. They're almost like I was talking to you about last week. Buddhist and Hinduist and monks and letting go of desire is a transcendence, is an enlightenment.
Sounds like
I know this
Buddha.
is what you're interested. I didn't mean to bring all that up. Well, if you have anything to add to that, please do.
Okay.
Well, I want you to elaborate more on what you've already said about it being futile. That's what I'm saying is futile. I'm curious your perspective on
it. Wait, what?
I'm interested in your perspective on it. Why you think it's futile, and argue the opposite for me. Not argue, you know what I mean. Give me the opposite of there's nothing new under the sun. You even mentioned about all the movies are repeat. We seem to have come to an end of an age where we don't really have any new original ideas.
Well, yeah, because
it's all repeat. We all steal shit from one another.
Because
every
big
thought
tech
I'm saying now has been stolen. If I say I'm not original, Karen, everything that I've said is repeating from somebody else. There's nothing new. Sorry.
I don't know. I know that big tech and AI is really they've been robbing people of their creativity and have been trying to steal that from people forever. Like when they kill the budgets in these public schools, and the first thing that gets knocked off is like art and music, and how the only producer of brass instruments in the country just closed down recently. It's like that's why everything sucks. Because that's what the anti, thing is. The beast system is. It is against creation. It wants to squash the creative spirit in humans because humans are created in the image of the creator, right? And we are co-creators here in this realm. And so that's what the beast system wants to do. It wants to kill creation. That's why it makes fucking AI, where all you do is say some words and it spits out this AI fucking goy slop, and then everybody starts using it, and it just gets worse and worse and worse because AI can only use whatever is given to it as a source, and so it just keeps copy. It's like a copy of a copy of a copy, and people don't do any research. I mean, this is even before AI. People just watch videos and they get spoon-fed, crap videos. And they just believe whatever the video says without actually going and like trying to verify the information that they're seeing in these videos. I mean, this is just technology. Technology makes people stupid and lazy. 11:11.
Yeah. So what's not futile, maybe, Karen, is humans creating things, creating original things, creating original art.
Right. That's not futile. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what we're here to. We're here to express creativity, to think, to build, to contemplate, to perpetuate the human race, to have children and grandchildren, and build, and whatever.
Yeah.
To live.
Right. I totally agree.
So I don't think it's futile.
Gotcha. I don't stand corrected.
I think a lot of people.
But I don't say it's futile. I just say there's nothing new under the sun, and your desires will never be filled here. There'll always be more you want. After you gain what you want, you'll want something else further. It's a never-ending Rats on a wheel. Like, it's never ending.
Yeah. See, yeah, people do get
That's why
stuck in
billionaires
that.
want to be trillionaires. It's never enough.
Well, those
And don't you feel
people
that in your own
are
life it's
not
never enough?
normal.
What's that?
I said those people are not normal. People, who are going after that much money, like even beyond, there's not that many billionaires. It used to be, oh, how to be a millionaire, but now millionaires are like whatever, it's nothing. Now it's the billionaire is the new thing, and then now there's allegedly a trillionaire with Elon or whoever, whatever the fuck. But I mean, it's already understood that anybody who's got that amount of money or wealth did it by, doing a whole bunch of horrible shit and being associated with a bunch of horrible people. So,
Well, can I relate it back to you personally?
you can't really compare those people to the rest of us. They don't live in the same reality that we live in.
I know for myself, whatever I accomplish, it's never satisfying. I could have done better. I'm a perfectionist. I know that about you too. Can you relate it back to your personal perspective of family, love, nature? I'm talking for you. Your animals, all of that enough and satisfies you. I would assume your answer is. But like accomplishment, are you ever satisfied?
I mean, maybe if you accomplish something, why would you just stop? I don't think it's not about not being satisfied. I think it's just about, okay, I did something cool. Now on to do the next cool thing. Like, I don't understand really this thought process. Like never being satisfied. Maybe some people are never satisfied. That's a fucking them problem. That's a you problem. If you're never satisfied, you know what I'm saying? Make different choices in your life. Change what you're doing if you're not satisfied. It's not like I live my entire life satisfied with everything that's going on. Sometimes it's really good and sometimes shit's going on down in the background that is not so great. But that's life. That's the entropy of life.
It just seems so fleeting. Like I had a great day Friday. I won't put it that personal. But, like you said, it's on to the next thing. I don't know. I just, not that it's good to stop and be satisfied or pat yourself on the back for what you've done or accomplished. I've accomplished more than most. I'm more content more than most. Even for myself, there doesn't seem to be any satisfaction. Like it's always fleeting. Almost something you can grasp that you can't quite. Just flip through your fingers. I beat that to death. Back to this church. Apparently, it's built on fault lines, and there's a big well underneath it. And the height the well goes down of water is the height of the ceiling. And then the whole resonator thing. Anyway, I'm looking way more into this church. It looks fascinating. I think all my notes that I've written down about it. That was just what I looked up before I called you about the fault, not the fault lines. What do they call the ley lines? And he did say fault lines.
Well, I think ley lines are bullshit, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think you said fault lines, and it made me think of you were talking about earthquakes and showing the video. But ley lines are bullshit?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know anything about them, so I know whether they are or not. Like, I just hear them referenced a lot.
Yeah, I know. People talk about it all the time. They're like, oh, it's the Earth's energetic field. It's whatever. They have no proof of it. They don't, and whatever map they have, some people use a ley line map that it's just random lines just drawn between, like some guy made that shit up. Some British guy was talking about the landmarks in the UK, and he started drawing lines and saying, oh, these lines are, there's something to this. I draw this line and it goes through this spot and that spot. And then it looks like somebody, threw a bunch of chopsticks on the floor, and then there's like a pile of lines on the top of the map that doesn't really have any order. And then the other one that people use is just just a toroidal pattern laid on top of the earth. And that also doesn't really match what is historically, talked about as it's made up. It's bullshit.
Okay. Yeah.
Just my opinion.
No, I agree, but probably not random where they choose to build a building. such as this cathedral?
Well, no, they
It
historically
could be.
humans build stuff where there's like water sources or like, you
Yeah.
know, natural resources because humans need water. You know what I mean? Like every major city has a river going through it. Why? Maybe because humans need water.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
Everybody just,
transportation.
you know, yes,
On the
exactly.
river.
Like it helped. Yes, exactly. All those reasons why.
They
You
could
know, there's
transport the
plenty.
wood and the stone to build the thing down the river.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I have two other things about animals, and then I'll get off the phone with you. I know I take up way too much of your
Yeah, it's
time.
been over
I
20
hate when I
minutes
do it.
now.
Is it?
Yep.
I can say them. I think you like them though. I'll be quick. Do officers on horses piss you off and police dogs? I'm like, why do you bring animals into our bullshit, into our policing and shit like that? It makes me pissed.
No, doesn't really. I don't really.
Okay.
No.
And lastly, have you heard of the theory on cats? Because I know you have.
I think it's worse when
Foxy?
horses are carriage horses and they get abused by the people who run the carriage business. But police animals, police horses and dogs actually get taken of better care of than most people. Like most, you know, there's humans that don't get as good a care as like a police horse or a police dog. I mean, they consider
I
those
just hate them
officers. So no, I
being
don't
forced to
really.
be violent like a dog and then bringing them into human shit. And then we shouldn't have no crime for a dog to have to go and maul a human being for our policing. I don't know. I just think I feel bad for the dog. I feel bad for the horse. But some of the horses love their
Horses,
work. You know what I mean?
no,
They'll prance
horses,
around.
yes, horses like to have a job. They like working with humans. They do. I say
Dogs
this as
do
an
too,
experienced
right.
equestrian person. Horses
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah. And lastly, about cats, there's a theory out there, fantastical theory about cats are made, were given to us by the gods to watch us. You ever heard this theory?
No.
That their eyes glow in the dark. Tatum lucidium. That's why their eyes glow. And the guys look through them. And when cats stop and stare and look at a wall, and they like seem to be looking at nothing, they're reporting back.
I don't know.
And they're not bred to be. They're not like dogs, but they didn't evolve. Anyway, that they are like the Egyptians mummified them, and they brought them into their homes. Back in that time, if you accidentally or killed a cat on purpose, you were put to death for killing a cat. They were so you know what I mean, idolized, and cats were so wonderful to the Egyptians, like for them. All right, that's all I got, Kieran. I'll shut up.
All right.
Good talk as always.
All right. Thanks. Talk to you
Sorry,
later.
I wear you out.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Stonehenge. Dogs are a way to get around warrantless searches. I don't think that they're abused, though. The dogs themselves are not abused. In my opinion. I could be wrong. But it's like, but there are plenty, you know, cases of things like that. Anyway. So, yeah, this thing right here, the labyrinth, and then it's supposed to be like a Schumann resonator. Do they have it? See, this one doesn't have that pattern on it. It's just a spiral. Schumann resonance generator. This one just has a spiral. So yeah, I think that whole thing, it's like somebody just used that pattern. See, here we go, this one. But I don't think it has to be that way. And this is on some like message board. Chartres. See, it even says Chartres the same as the cathedral. So they did just copy the pattern of the cathedral. Yeah, with Chartres' labyrinth coil photo. Yeah. So somebody just made that, and they're like, "Oh, the cathedral is a Schumann resonator." No, somebody just liked that pattern, the labyrinth pattern, and then put it on their little Schumann resonator. And that's it. It doesn't even have to look like that. You can have a Schumann resonator that doesn't have that pattern on it, clearly. Right? Look, here, this one's got this moire pattern. It's just like it's a spiral. Was that being sold at Walmart? Schumann waves resonance generator, ultra low frequency. It's just a spiral. Which makes just as much sense as like using that labyrinth pattern. I mean, I guess it just has to emit resonate the right frequency. Oh, look, here's one with it's like a flower of life. Quantum ATP quantum disk for Schumann resonator. It's a quantum disk. So anyway, yeah. So drawing the conclusion of ancient tech or antiquitech because some guy copied the pattern to put on his Schumann resonator is like really kind of whack. Lowbrow. Beautiful stonework though. It's pretty cool. Horses at protests have to step on humans. Goes against nature. Listen, as someone who lives with horses a lot, there's horses that got no problem stepping on your feet. And sometimes they're shitty and they'll do it on purpose. Just saying. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen B. It's Tony Coriolis.
What's up, Tony Coriolis?
Not much. So that guy, I think it was Ron, who called for 20 minutes plus. I couldn't do a call that long. I was going to joke. You're ready for a 40-minute call, but no way. You'd know I'd be lying. So, okay, just the point he was making with the whole kind of how he mentioned it's futile and probably the wrong word to use. I agree. It just didn't sound right when he said it, but it kind of touches on how we were talking about that whole, how you said send a meteor, remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. To destroy the evil. Because nobody's doing anything about it. I feel like it's just, evil's just running rampant on this plane right now, and it's horrid.
I hear ya. And me, I'm fresh back in town from being out of town this weekend, and when I go out of town, I always watch a bunch of movies, and I rewatched the movie The Holy Mountain. Do you remember that one?
Oh, yeah. That's the one that Artez sent us. That movie is so weird.
It is. And the more I watch it, the more I like it, and it really does kind of have the similar message to him. It's like it starts out with like a guy who's like a thief, and then he ends up, all the other people that represent the planets, they all are thieves, just in different ways and bigger ways. They're all making a lot more money, and they're all trying to, I don't know, achieve enlightenment or kind of, they're originally going for immortality, but then like you figure out kind of at the, I've watched it so many times, I got so many thoughts on it. But I have not seen Artez. Artez, if you pipe up in the chat, can you holler that at me? Because I just noticed one thing. So, okay, I know have my water monkey day.
I know because of the time, it's hard for Artez to make it here live. So he's rarely in the chat.
For one of my calls. Yeah, one of my calls, he said it was 5 p.m. where he is. So I get it. But I did notice, so, okay, on the movie, it says that each one of the people that, you know, are just, they're also thieves. They're just thieves that are high up in their, I don't know, job and what they do, and they're just making a lot of money. But a lot of people are just kind of numb to what's going on in the world kind of stuff. And I noticed, because it was my water monkey day on Saturday, I told you that one lady on Instagram, she's been doing different posts. So she said some stuff about how, like, Mercury, and that is the water planet. So if you're like a water element, Mercury is your planet. Mercury is like the only one that's not in that movie. Every other planet is represented. Yeah, so I was going to ask Artez what he thinks. My kind of thought is it's either I think the original thief represents Earth, and then maybe the written woman, the lady that like first appears with the alchemist, she may represent Mercury because she does go on the quest to the Holy Mountain. But it's just a total loose thought. But Ron, if you're listening, check out that movie, The Holy Mountain. You even said that there are no good movies coming out lately. That one blew me away. At first, I was kind of disgusted with it. I'm not good with the artsy movies, but now I like it more and more. I even rewatched it again this weekend.
Right on.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. There was something else I was going to say, too.
Well, Mercury is typically the messenger. So is there a role in the movie that is most like a messenger?
Not really, but I did at least I was counting off. I even have like a blanket thing that just shows the basic science 101. Here's all the planets and stuff. And just, there's no Mercury represented in that film. I find it, just very weird. I really should do like kind of a notepad thing, but when I'm at work, it's hard to be running around with a notepad. I got to map all my sprinklers too. I'm good at that, but I can't do a coffee talk little to-do list as well. I'll think of other stuff. We'll talk again, Karen. I can't think of it.
All right. You know my number.
I definitely do. Thank you, Karen.
All right. Take care.
Peace.
Peace. They say the rose ley line that leads to Rosslyn Chapel in Ingskott, starting from Stonehenge. You talking about a Schumann resonance been going crazy for a while, no sign of calming down. Really? Let's see. What's it doing? Is this the one? Oh, that's a resonator. Where's the one where they show you? Here we go. Resonance today. Earth frequency monitor. Track the electromagnetic resonance of the Earth and connect with the cosmic rhythm of our planet. 7.83 hertz is Earth's natural electromagnetic heartbeat. We track it live alongside solar storms and geomagnetic activity. Okay. Higher energy equals more disturbed field, often during solar flares. Right now, the Schumann resonance fundamental sits at 7.83 hertz with the geomagnetic activity quiet, live from Tomsk State University, refreshed every minute. Well, they're saying it's calm now. They're trying to collect money from me. Not right now. You've been here a few times. You're not going to let me look unless I pay money? All right, well, fuck you then. Damn, dude. Everybody's trying to get money. Like, don't they have a university? Don't they get funding from a university or no? I mean, I haven't even been to that website and I don't even remember the last time I clicked on it. And it's like, you've been here a few times. It's like, yeah, in like years. In a couple of years. Space weather. Cammie, we should still do a space weather show where you talk about space weather and translate it to geocentric terms. Sun's got some sunspots right now. Have beta, gamma, delta magnetic fields that harbor energy for X-class solar flares. A big flare is becoming more likely. Asteroid close encounter. What is this supposed to be? Recent and upcoming Earth asteroid encounters. Ooh, scary. Where is the thing that talks about what solar flares? Let's see. What have happened? Which ones have happened lately? No? There we go, solar flares. Hmm. If you want a good metaphorical movie to watch, check a movie called The Wave. It has actors Justin Long and Donald Faison in it. The Wave, huh? What is it? What is that metaphorically about? Let's see. Let's look it up. The Wave. From 2015. Norwegian disaster film. Oh, I see. Norway's official submission for the Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film. Plot. Geologist is working his final day in Geiranger before moving to Stavanger with his family when sensors in the mountain indicate groundwater has disappeared. Waiting for the ferry with his children, Sandra and Julia, while his wife, Adun, works a few more days at the town hotel. Christian has an epiphany and rushes back to the geology center. Leaving his children in the car, he and his coworker, Jacob, investigate the crevice and find that the sensor wires have snapped due to movements inside the mountain. So they have a giant tsunami or what? Avalanche occurs, and a rock slide crashes into the fjord, creating a mega tsunami. Oh, this is sort of like the same thing that happened in Alaska back in the 60s. Like one of the, there was like an earthquake or a volcano, and it caused a huge landslide, which fell into the bay, and then that like tsunamied over the other side of the bay. Is the boy working today? Yes. Not that one? This is the wrong one? Yes, he's working, but I don't have to take him to work today. So not that one? Which one? Netflix? Norwegian geologist. 81. Made for TV movie based on the third wave experiment put on. Is this the one? Nazi Germany. How the horrors of Nazi Germany happened so easily until the wave, a high school experiment in mind control that stunned America. Is this the one? Based on the third wave experiment put on by teacher Ron Jones to explain to students how the German populace could accept the actions of the Nazi regime. It debuted October 4th, 1981, and aired again almost 2 years later as an ABC after-school special. Is that the one? About the human beings' battle with our egos, human nature, and how time is irrelevant. That's interesting. Which movie? I'm not finding it, I guess. The 2015 and then the 1981. The Wave, Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see. Is this it? This looks different. He's dosed with a hallucinogen that alters his perception and changes his life forever. I don't know if that's it either. Justin Long's movies? The Wave movie, Justin Long. Let's see. Well, this is what's coming up. Oh, here we go. With Justin Long, The Wave, 2019, IMDb. Ah, okay. This is the one then. An insurance lawyer goes out on the town to celebrate an upcoming promotion with his coworker Jeff, but their night takes a bizarre turn when Frank ingests a hallucinogen that completely alters his perception of the world. That be the one? No? I give up. That's it? That's the one? Where he takes a hallucinogen? Alright. Burrito time? Alright, interesting. The Wave. Got thousands of people celebrating with us.
Celebrating this birthday with us, Tommy. You and I had a chance to go out. We got to see some of the exhibits.
What is this?
You got what I got, which was a lot of people going, hey, love to watch it on Fox. I hope a lot of them left the mall, went home and turned on their TV and are watching this right now. But happy early birthday, America. We're celebrating already at the Great American State Fair. Man, we've got thousands of people celebrating this birthday with us, Tommy. You and I had a chance to go out. We got to see some of the exhibits. I'm sure you got what I got, which was a lot.
So I searched the Trump State Fair just to see what's going on. I guess no one at American Great Fair wants to listen to the Jesus music on the mall.
Yahweh, Yahweh.
Oh my God. Why is there a fucking Israeli flag at the American State Fair? What the hell? Why? Why? I mean, that is... Why are they keep shoving that shit down our throats? Donald Trump's arch thing at his state fair is barely hanging on. Oh, that's money well spent. Nice wrinkle. Is this like looks like duct tape. Have you ever seen, remember when there was like that trend of people making outfits out of duct tape? It's kind of what it looks like. Say this person.
Of course, they already screwed up. So I am downtown heading to Trump's little state fair thingamajiggy. Of course, they already screwed up. The damn thing was supposed to be at 12th Street. It's not. They send you to 12th Street on the map, and now they're making me walk 3 or 4 blocks to get to the entrance because they've got enough security here to be like it's the airport or the White House or something. Well, that took forever. I had to walk like 4 or 5 blocks to get to the stupid entrance. You'll see not exactly big lines here today. Not exactly any lines.
Look at all the barriers.
Let's see what happens next.
Funny.
Okay, I'm finally inside this crazy thing after walking blocks and blocks and blocks. There's the Ferris wheel, although huge line there. Kind of weird, kind of empty. There's his freaking arch. He's got a lot of like neoclassical fake stuff along the sides that we're going to visit. There's the Congress. Behind me is the Washington Monument. Oops, hello. Sure, now we're gonna go look at this freaking ugly as fuck arch. I mean, honestly, the top stuff looks like the guys from World War II Germany built it. Nasty stuff. Okay, so there
Yeah,
we go.
who designed that? It's
Oh
not
my
even.
God. I mean, that is the most hideous stuff. It's like from
It's
Game
so
of Thrones, the stuff
blah.
on top. It's total Game of Thrones. This bizarro. Look at this crap. How tacky. At the very least, we're bulldozing this stuff off when he leaves. Honestly, the arch overall may just have to be taken down. Really ugly stuff.
Everyone talking about Trump's mock-up arch at the Great American State Fair, so I filmed it from top to bottom, front to back for everyone who can't see it in person. Thank you, ma'am. An Israeli flag was raised and elevated to the same level as the American flag at the Great American Fair for the 250th anniversary of America's independence. Israel has nothing to do with the founding of America. Like, seriously, what? What is that? What is that? Judeo-Christian influence. Look at the other flag. Yeah. Can you find your sock? No. Somebody's bored. You must be bored to be in my chat. Cash P's honeypot girlfriend opened the state fair by singing the national anthem. Did she really? Laura Trump entertains the horses at the National State Fair. Shut up. Is she singing?
No, this can't be denied. You gotta be special.
Shut up. That's not real. That can't be real. Killing me, dude. Killing me.
What do you think so far?
Well, it's great.
So, where did you come from?
Georgia.
And you came just for the fair.
Well, we did.
What do you think so far?
Well, it's great. We're just, starting out our day. We're loving it.
What have you liked the most so far?
Well, we're from Georgia, so we went to the Georgia display, and it was great. We're just enjoying all of it.
What has impressed you the most?
Well, for starters, I love the student art in the pavilion behind us. And I think it's very well done, very clean, very organized.
I'm from Illinois.
And you came just for the fair?
I sure did, and to visit my sister.
What do you think about the fair so far?
It's nice. We just got here. We're going to visit all these departments, see what's going on. We're going to go on the Ferris wheel. We're going to go to the rodeo. We're just taking it in.
I think it's great that everyone is invited here. It's free, and this is the greatest country in the world to live in.
The best part so far has been the Arizona exhibit, because they're using VR so that you can actually see parts of Arizona at their state exhibits.
Everything is
My
good.
God.
The first point is free. Everybody's happy.
These are
Nobody
like
too
the
much,
last
Enjoy
brainwashed
this fair.
Americans.
We've been probably to 5 states. So
left.
far my favorite are all the little handout and goodies.
What have you gotten?
I've gotten a bag and some Cajun a bag from Florida. Has the 200 and Cajun nuts and stickers from Mississippi. And they're American stickers, and they even have the state cut out within the United States colors.
How has the fair been?
This is the most amazing thing I've ever been to.
Great way to celebrate
Come on.
USA's 250-year anniversary.
Get out of here. There's like nobody behind him. This is the most amazing thing I've ever been to. Come on. Get out of here. It is not. Holy crap. Look at the tens of people at Trump's circus.
Well, folks, there's one more group of people that I really need to thank.
It was
and they're responsible for everything else that happens on the stage. You probably see all the amplification, the chords, speakers, all of that stuff.
Wow. Free, and that's the crowd they're drawing. What's a day at the Great American State Fair like? From Ferris wheel rides to stunning views of the National Mall to live entertainment, state exhibits, patriotic celebrations, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'll try to find a less biased review. I'm sorry. I think I'm probably looking at biased reviews. Let's see. Cows. Goats. Like rodeos type stuff going on. Okay, so a rodeo. Everybody, I'm pretty sure all these people could have gone to rodeos without going all the way to Washington, D.C., and it'd probably be a better rodeo. There really is not a lot of people at this thing, is there? Look at this. Everybody, it's just people riding the Ferris wheel. I hate Ferris wheels, by the way. The Israel switcheroo will come when they claim that Israel knows too many state secrets and must be merged with USA for national security. I mean, can't rule it out. Strickland there. You'd go to the event if it was close. I would go too to film it. If it wasn't a long drive, I would go to show how horrible the turnout is. At least there's no... Well, I think that was the only place there was a line, was at the Ferris wheel. Let's see, here's another... Here we go, just some drone video. Wait, this is AI! This isn't real! Oh my god, this is not real! This is clearly not real. It's just an ad. That was just the ad. That's not even real video. Holy shit balls. That's it. Seriously, did you... And why is everybody Asian? Like, these people are AI. Look at their faces are all blobs. And they're all Asian. They all look like they're from the Philippines. It's not even real video. Oh my god. The one video that has a crowd is not even real video. Great American State Fair is popping on day one.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are Cirque Mechanics. We're all the way from Las Vegas, really excited to be here with the National Endowment for the Arts on the mall for the 250th. We're going to start it off with...
I mean, how sad is this? How freaking sad is this celebration of the 200th anniversary, the bisesquicentennial anniversary of our country? This is what we got. I mean, it's kind of a sad turnout if you ask me. Stop by the the North Carolina booth at the Great American State Fair. The state decided not to participate because of the high cost, so the booth is sponsored by private organizations. Oh, well, let's see. What, was Trump charging the states money to come have a booth or what? Like, why was the cost too high? What made the cost too high? Was it just... I don't understand. NASCAR, okay. That's it? NASCAR. That's it for NASCAR. Well, we got NASCAR. Well, we got some NASCAR. Oh my god. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Queen B, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Law?
The fair looks really nice. I wish I'd go there. I think I would pass over your
Flattoberfest to go to one of those mofos.
Right, me too.
I think if we had a tornado, a hurricane, a blizzard, blackout, all the natural disasters in the world, and Flattoberfest will still draw a bigger crowd.
I know, it's funny.
Holy freak-olies, man. Holy cow. Yeah, I just wanted to call you. I'm lurking as always, even though I'm not in chat. Say hello to everyone for me in chat. Yeah, I'm going to be in Sparkle City this weekend.
Oh, nice.
For the 4th. Yeah, you guys want to come over and then hang out at we're going to do a cookout over there at the same place that we once met at back in the 4th, on the 4th a few years ago.
Okay.
I just
4th is on Saturday.
Yeah, it's on a Saturday, so we're gonna be cooking out, and I'll text you and Sarah, and Jonna and the rest of the gang,
all right,
Alex and them, and see if they want to come out. So we'll cook out. I'll be up there, play some pickleball and some tennis while I'm up there.
All right.
Yep. But anywho, I'm listening to the show. Go ahead and finish up the rest of that wonderful, magnificent, unbelievable, best damn circus you ever been to show, okay?
Okay.
All right, everybody. Much love.
All right, later. Thanks, Law.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. Here in Missouri, the fair is always slap full. Yeah, hey, when I lived in California and I lived in Sacramento, that's because Sacramento, they would have the state fair. California State Fair was always huge, man. We would go, they would have big dinners, they would have bands playing. Always, it was almost always had like Huey Lewis and the News playing and like whoever else was popular at the time. And then all the fried food and people riding horses, doing all kinds of equestrian shows, and of course all the animal. Like, it was fun. The state fair in California was fun. I went to that quite a few times. Did you see Fireworks Story from Whidbey Island? At first I thought it could be Mark. Oh my God, yes, I did see that. And I even shared it in Telegram. I was like, Mark, is this you? Because, yeah, somebody's house exploded on Whidbey Island full of fireworks. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, that was funny. Here, I found it on X here. Firefighters injured after a man's house with hundreds of pounds of fireworks explodes in Washington on Whidbey Island. Firefighters on Whidbey Island were called to a house fire, and shortly after arriving, the home exploded. Crews were standing about 20 feet from the house when, according to officials, hundreds of pounds of fireworks exploded. 2 deputy chiefs and 1 firefighter were injured, with 2 being released and 1 firefighter having to undergo hand surgery. Central Whidbey Fire Rescue Chief Jerry Helm said, "We are extremely lucky." I mean, look at this explosion. Look at the video of this explosion. Wild. Look at that. Boom. That's a big boom.
Come over here. Come over here.
Look at that. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, so then I messaged Mark. Mark said he didn't even hear it. Oh, yeah, I was like, that's just a little bit of ways from here. They said that it could be heard for miles, but apparently Mark did not have any idea. So, yeah. That's funny. I'm surprised that doesn't actually happen out here more, because people out here love their fireworks. But did you have Vanilla Ice? Well, let's see. Did that actually happen? Did the concert happen with Vanilla Ice? Trump State Fair. I'm going to search concert. Who's going to be at the concert? No one showed up to Trump State Fair.
Terrible. No one. What up, everybody? It's Angel Dust. So, Trump State Fair is a total fucking unmitigated disaster. The vibe is boring.
Boring.
Terrible. No one has showed up. There's nobody playing the stage. It's just apparently absolutely pathetic. His Arc de Trump is being called the Arc of Timu, or Trump's Timu Arc.
Timu Arc.
And the food, on top of everything, is unaffordable. So what do you expect? He's the most unpopular president in the history of this country right now.
I just want to make a note and revisit what you guys said earlier. I have never seen so many people, so many cool people. I'm a conservative, you know that, but there are Democrats here.
America, we're celebrating already at the Great American State Fair. Man, we've got thousands of people celebrating this birthday with us.
No one's here. I can't even find any info on the concert. Who is anybody playing? Oh, here's that chick singing the national anthem. Kash Patel's girlfriend, country music sensation, just sang the national anthem at the state fair. Oh, God. Faith and freedom rocked the main stage at the Great American State Fair. We have so much incredible stuff happening, blah, blah, blah. They show the reflection in dude's glasses. There's like 5 people there. That's hilarious. U.S. Marine Band performs YMCA. Oh my God. Okay, this keeps coming up. Please tell me that's not real. I don't believe that's real. Current view of the rodeo. That's only... Okay, well, when I go to rodeos, there's like 3 sets of bleachers like this, all filled up with people, not just one. That's all I got to say about that. There's like 3. Ha! That ain't the flex you think it is. Massive attendance numbers. Who are these people making this shit up?
Those lucky enough to attend the shows get to immerse themselves in the Wild West with shows featuring horsemen, specialty acts, and cultural performers. Freedom 250 CEO says rodeos and cowboys represent the best of the American spirit, and he's right about that. We are joined by Rodeo 250 producer Binion Servi of the Servi Championship Rodeo. Binion, you have a great cowboy name. And you're a great American cowboy, and I love that because I'm from South Dakota, and I grew up with rodeo. I think rodeo is the best sport in America. I really do. I love baseball as well, but rodeo is like a great American sport. What have you noticed from the folks here who've never been to a rodeo that get to see a taste of it up close and personal?
Well, when you say a taste of it, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people that have no idea how rodeo came about.
Yep.
It's America's first original sport. And it originated right here in America, and we're just proud to tell the story. And my wife doesn't come from rodeo, and she was the one that gave me the idea of, you need to...
Is that it? They're just talking about rodeo? Okay, that's not exciting at all. Shut up. Bret Michaels has officially pulled out of the Trump-linked Freedom 250 concert series. Ha ha! This poor guy was literally sitting in the dark at the Great American State Fair playing with nobody around, and it started to sprinkle. Oh my God, there's not even any lights on him. What is going on there? This is horrendous, man. Okay, so Cammie said she remembers the bicentennial, and it was huge. So let's just take a look a little different. 1976, America's bicentennial. Let's see.
Its 250th anniversary, and it's sure to be a memorable spectacle.
But before we mark that milestone, we take a look back at how in 1976, Americans came together for America's bicentennial. The celebrations paid tribute to the adoption of the Declaration of Independence and the creation of the United States as an independent republic.
From Operation Sail, with its parade of tall ships in the New York.
Hey, they've got some vintage warships, sailing ships. That's pretty cool.
To a patriotic ticker tape parade up Broadway. This is how the news covered the celebrations and commemorations of America's 200th birthday back in 1976.
See, this is back when people still had pride in America. Their spirits weren't totally crushed at this time. I just want to get to the footage here. Let's just see some stuff.
And then, when the World Trade Center was there, we went to the observation deck and really got quite the view of what was going on. It was such
look at that. That looks cool. The harbor full of all those old school ships, and then like the reenactment of the Revolutionary War and all that stuff, or the revolutionaries. People dressed up like the revolutionaries.
Much of our time and energy surviving and reacting to the unhappy events and the strife and the conflict in our overcrowded world. But the bicentennial seemed to awaken a certain feeling, a rather dormant spirit that too often seems to be missing from our modern life, and Gabe was one of many who sensed it.
Call it patriotism, call it a rebirth of pride, call it whatever you will, but if you mingled with the crowds who watched Upsail and the fireworks yesterday, or came down for a last fling like these people at the South Street Seaport this afternoon, you might have felt what we did. A great sense of joy and well-being. For the first time in many years, New Yorkers of all ages and backgrounds out in force, celebrating together. It reminded you of a small-town celebration of the 4th of July, an idealized Norman Rockwell tableau. Only it wasn't a small-town scene, not with these hundreds of thousands out to see the ships. Young families, older people, in many cases grandparents, parents, children, celebrating together. And if you talked to them, you found they articulated what your eyes were seeing, a patriotic euphoria. Bitter, angry, controversial years forgotten, at least for this moment.
Because this is right after the Vietnam War, which was a highly protested, highly contested war. It was very controversial. A lot of people obviously died and injured in that war, and it was not a successful outcome.
Born pride. Are you a patriotic nut?
No, not at all.
Then what happened to you?
We just got caught up in the feeling. I didn't think I was going to care, and then when the day came, there we were. Just felt great.
The mood is terrific. The celebration is extraordinary, and people are feeling back like it was 20 years ago. I hope we keep it up.
I spent 7.5 years at sea, Gabe, and on all the travels around the world, I never saw anything as incredible as this. Just fantastic.
Everybody is in the spirit of the birthday mood. Yesterday morning on the train, one lady came in and said, "Happy birthday, everybody," and everybody chimed in and singing "Happy Birthday, America." It was a beautiful spirit.
I think people are closer together than they have ever been in a long time. I saw us pulling apart 10 years ago, and maybe people becoming very antagonistic. I think this weekend showed us what we're really like. We're really one.
It is a beautiful mood. It is extremely gorgeous. I can't explain it in words, how the feeling gets you inside.
I really feel that this is a wonderful country. There's a lot of freedom that no place else is like over here. And that people should thank God that they are free and they could do what they want.
And so here on South Street, amidst ships that recall the very birth of this seaport city, you found pride in nation and city. Raymond Loewy once described New York as a distillation of the United States, a proof that there is an American civilization, and he spoke of the power, virility, and sense of destiny of New Yorkers. We felt that today. This is Gabe Pressman.
Operation.
See, so crazy. Operation Sail. I'm trying to skip through there.
Sunshine, and they were still buzzing over yesterday's super celebration.
It will not happen again in our lifetimes. But what an incredible happy birthday we had. A truly American adventure that will be etched in the memory of the many millions who were witnesses and participants. Operation Sail was a magnificent success from every angle, even more beautiful and spectacular than we were led to believe it would be. And most of the gloom and doom predictions went down the drain in a spirit of happy cooperation, befitting the event, the very special day, and the unabashed joy of the American people. New York Harbor was jammed with a promised armada of warships, great sailing ships, and thousands of pleasure boats. And leading the great parade, witnessed by so many millions on the shores, was the proud host ship, the Coast Guard cutter's Pretty Eagle, unmistakable with her dashing orange and blue sash and her very special
They got all the
grace.
crew members standing on top of the mast there.
flotilla
Remember
gracefully
when
up the
they had
Hudson in a spectacle?
I think it was a Mexican ship a few months back that was doing this type of thing in the New York in the harbor, and it hit the bridge, and a bunch of sailors got injured. A couple of them died, I think. Remember that? And not one flock camera. Free to pay taxes. I wonder if there are any crisis actors back then. Well, they certainly had them in the 90s. Too many sheep are listening to the mainstream media's agenda to bring down America. Good job for being told what to think. Think for yourself for once. I love my country. It's the government that sucks. And it's not anybody that's telling me to think that way. It's just the actions of the government. I mean, how are we supposed to celebrate our country when we're literally being controlled by Israel? We're having we have the needs and wants of another country being put above and beyond the needs and wants of the people of this country. And not only that, but there's genocides being committed, and the United States government is funding it and we're sending American weapons over there to blow up women and children. It's absolutely abhorrent. It's terrible. Why would anybody be happy with that right now? I mean, I love this country, the people, but the government, I mean, it's a shame. Shame. I mean, fuck Israel, fuck the genocidal state of Israel, and the U.S. government, shame on you for funding, supporting, and being complicit in and helping to commit genocide in multiple places, not just Gaza, because they're doing it in Lebanon too, and wherever else they've done it that we don't know about. It's disgusting. So you can love your country and hate the government. I don't think that there's no requirement for us to like the shitty government we have, or the corrupt people in the government. Yeah, the people running the government suck. 423 state and local natural parks with over 92 million acres of land we can barely camp on. You're in 5th grade, Cammie? So I wonder what they'll do if America will make it to 300 and what they'll do. I'll be 99 years old. So I don't know. I might miss that one. But you're right, Cammie. The bicentennial celebration was a much bigger deal. The overall feeling was a much better feeling in the USA at that time. Even after the Vietnam War. I mean, we hadn't been shuffled into the endless war on terror yet. The New World Order wasn't so blatantly in our faces yet. But it was on its way. It was on its way, and we had no idea. They had no idea.
What made you come out and sit on the curb in the rain to watch a parade?
Well, we wanted to participate in the bicentennial.
Anyway, it's just interesting. Even after the war. Yep. Hello, DJ. Bob Marley said it best, all governments are illegal. Yeah. I know. It's crazy. It's cray. Milli Vanilli. Oh my god. View from the Ferris wheel at the state fair. Look at all those people. There's thousands of them. Hilarious. Food hall at the Great American State Fair has lost power. They have food, but they tell me their ice cream is melted as the food fair lost power. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. We lost power. Wow. Couldn't even keep the power on. Too funny. Oh, I guess is that it? Oh, here's Vanilla. Vanilla Ice was all excited about performing last night at the American State Fair until his show was canceled due to bad weather. Apparently, so he didn't cancel. His show got canceled because of bad weather. Come on.
Great party tonight. This is gonna be epic, and you can see it. Look here. Give you a big panoramic view. It's gonna be good tonight. Everybody fit in, put your dancing shoes on. We're all teenagers. Let's go!
Yeah, you are still a fucking dope, Vanilla. Robert Van Winkle. Scrapped due to bad weather. How do you get scrapped due to bad weather in the summertime? Come on, Barter. It's not even raining. It's not even raining. It's too funny. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Well, at least Trump is good. You got to give him that. Okay, you're on top of it. You could tell I was, I'm teasing you, but I remember this is Dennis. I got to be real quick because I got to get back to class, and I know you think my quick is like 30 minutes long, but just two things. I just remember was maybe 4 to 6 weeks ago, right as the program was going off, you were complaining about the government and the elites and saying some other stuff. And then somebody typed in the chat, like, Trump is good. It wasn't very long. You were using the MF word about this person and what have you. But anyway, it was funny. But, I agree, totally with what you're saying. I did have one question. Just that book that I sent you a couple weeks back, I said it was delivered. I'm talking about Genesis, Creation, and Early Man.
Yeah.
It said it was delivered by Seraphim Rose, but I don't know, was it before? I'll send it again, no problem. Just maybe it kind of helped out incidentally because I was low on money that particular week of all weeks throughout the whole year, and it gave me, the $40 or $50 back in my account because I paid for these two conferences coming up next month, and one of them a $1,000 conference. So anyway, before I send it again, was it you just didn't go to get it in time, or did the post office mess up, or do you know?
I do know. I'll message you about it. later.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, well, yeah, after that, but tentatively, I'll send it to you again. Or I'm just saying because that book, Genesis, Creation, and Early Man, the third edition by Seraphim Rose, and it's the best one-stop book I know on creation science, both geology and biology. And it doesn't really go into astronomy and cosmography too much, which is good because I think there's the editor who's done a marvelous job with the rest of the book. He's probably just goes with the mainstream astronomy. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that. But I'll let you go. I got class again. We'll see you.
All right. Have a good time.
Thanks.
Bye. Mark Sargent. Sorry for the delay. Everyone respect to every the truth community. Shout out to Karen B. I'm not a clone, but how could you tell? Yeah, apparently they don't have belly buttons, allegedly. That explosion was unexpected. Too funny. So you think the ones giving you Giag Queen story time are going to make America... What are you talking about? ChatGPT thinks I was on Traders, so I can neither confirm or deny that. What's Traders? Is that one of the reality shows? Why would it think that? I don't even know what that is. American reality competition. The Traders is an American reality competition series based on the Dutch series De Verraders. Following the premise of De Verraders, show features a group of contestants participating in a social deduction game similar to Mafia or Werewolf, sit in and among the grounds of the Adros Castle in Scotland. Well, I would have to say that my guess is no. That's not where you were on, but I don't know for sure. You can get baptized at David's tent. Looked like an outdoor flea market that was going out of business. Why does they have to put weird, creepy, annoying music on stuff? There's the food hall that lost power. Food doesn't look like anything special. That's the stage where all the music was supposed to happen, but then nobody ended up playing. That's just wild, man. I mean, yeah. This is what I keep saying was like, seeing pop up, like leading up to it, was all of these people who just one by one get X'd out. Vanilla Ice. I think, yeah, he was the only one that continued to try to play, and then they just scrapped the whole concert. Bret Michaels, Morris Day in the Time, Milli Vanilli, Martina McBride, Young MC, CNC Music Factory. Oh, is this Vanilla Ice talking about what happened? Vanilla Ice, Trump, the greatest. Let's see. This is an interview. Let's see. Oh, I can't. I gotta hear what.
So, who throws a better party than
what Van Winkle says?
Concert on the planet. We're turning 250 years. Let's celebrate the country that we're born and raised in. What's wrong with being patriotic? You know, And they said, oh, because Trump's putting it on. I'm like, so? Who throws a better party than Trump, man? I've been to a lot of them. That guy knows how to throw a real party, and they're classy, they're great, they're fun, and just over the top. This would be the greatest concert on the planet. We're turning 250 years. Let's celebrate the country that we're
Okay,
born
well,
in.
that didn't go down quite the way you thought it would, now did it, Vanilla? Looks like it lost its funding halfway through construction. Oy vey. That's pretty pathetic. So we got a flyover of warplanes. Oh, great. America! Why don't you guys just blow some shit up? Like, seriously. That's their brag. An exhibition of weapons of mass destruction. That's great. That's great.
That fair celebrating America's 250th birthday goes until July 10th. President
Look at
Trump
it. Look
kicking
at how
off the
empty it is.
on Wednesday night.
We are beginning the most unforgettable birthday party any country has ever seen. Oh, you're going to have a good time. You're going to have a good time.
Yeah, so it was a big evening last night in D.C. Morning in America weekend anchor Anna Koyman is here now with more. Anna, that kickoff was kind of a mixed bag, right? It was part celebration, it was part campaign rally. What all took place last night?
Yeah, let me break it down for you. Good morning, Marky. Good morning to everyone at home. So President Trump and his administration's Freedom 250 Task Force celebrated America's upcoming 250th birthday with the opening of the Great American State Fair along our National Mall.
Tonight, as we stand on the edge of our 250th year of independence, I am thrilled to declare that America is back.
Well, and what President Trump himself
Whatever.
hosted as a, quote, big rally, the commander-in-chief headlining the night filled with a military flyover, music, and speeches. And the president combined American historical successes with his administration's political platform and policies, from the war in Iran to the border and renaming the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America.
That's right. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
1776, over the past 17 months, we have taken power back from the far-off political class. They're trying to gain it back, but it's not going to happen. We have reclaimed our sovereignty, regained our liberty, restored our prosperity, and we have saved our country.
See, but that's such a lie. That's gaslight. Like, the country is like never been closer to being on the verge of collapse than it is right now. It's just more gaslighting. From T-Rex fossils to hometown traditions. T-Rex fossils. Ooh. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Living up to his reputation as a white guy. Well, yeah, he's a white guy. What else is he supposed to do? Where are all the Trump supporters? What kind of new music does Vanilla Ice have out today? He doesn't. As far as I know, he renovates houses in Florida. He doesn't even make music anymore. Please tell me Vanilla White is performing. No, his shit got canceled, Thunder Chicken. Yeah, he got canceled. There's no concert. Because this is me searching State Fair concert. And that's it.
And just across the bridge in front of Arlington Cemetery, we're building a magnificent, they're really beautiful. This is going to be something you're going to like, a totally magnificent triumphal arch to honor the 250-year triumph of the American spirit, American military.
So this is just Trump talking on the stage. They haven't even had any, like, actually music, no live concerts like they said they were going to there. Oof. Anyway, that's rough. That's rough. As for Trump's rhetoric, whatever happened to the repentance and recognizing your own sins, which is at the heart of traditional Christianity? Yeah, none of this is just idiocracy. It's idiocracy. Oh boy. Did you see that? I like how X just shows me random videos all the time to distract me, and it works like a charm. APAC tracker. They had a whole band of guitar players. And now it's the military band plays YMCA. Our necessities is where this admin is hitting us. Yeah. Yeah, I mean... And then, of course, the ceasefire was broken again. Israel bombed a Lebanese village of Majd al-Zoun within 24 hours of a ceasefire signing, and also struck Gaza and Syria on the same day. So how are you supposed to be proud and like celebrating when this is what your country's doing, on your behalf? It's just, I hate it. It's why I don't spend very much time online anymore, because I can't keep looking at it, because it's frustrating, because there's nothing you could do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. Or at least I feel like there's nothing I could do about it. So I feel like it's just as frustrating, because all I do is just watch all this horrible stuff happen, and there's nothing to do. Or boycott, cancer call. Yes, Gregory. Dude, this is what I'm saying. Everybody got all upset. That's the other thing that happened, I guess, recently that people were talking about, is the whole Supreme Court saying that that people couldn't pursue suing Monsanto or whatever. I lost my train of thought. Okay, so what is it? They can't sue for cancer damaging or whatever. But why are people still using this stuff? I feel like we've known for well over a decade that Roundup causes cancer. So why are people still using it? Like, just stop using it. If everybody stopped using it, well, maybe they wouldn't make it anymore, and then maybe you guys would stop getting cancer. Took down our apartment's flag in the day the U.S. bombed the schoolgirls in Iran. Yeah, man, it's terrible. It's terrible. No conspiratard stuff, yeah. Debunk stuff, melted building. Well, nobody here's been talking about melted building right at this point, so. LOL. Goyim. Yeah. Big Ag depends on it because they're the only ones selling seed nowadays. Well, people need to stop doing that shit. Got the Supreme Hall pass on deaths. Supreme Court sides with Monsanto in case over cancer risk from weed killer Roundup. The Supreme Court on Thursday ruled that Monsanto cannot be held liable under state laws for failing to warn consumers about the alleged cancer risks of its weed killer Roundup on its label. In a 7-2 decision in the case, well, okay, that's kind of bullshit. But again, I would say just stop using Roundup. In a 7-2 decision in the case Monsanto Co. versus Durnell, the High Court found that the federal law regulating the sale and labeling of pesticide products bars lawsuits in state courts alleging that Monsanto failed to include a cancer warning on Roundup's labels. The Environmental Protection Agency has deemed Roundup safe to use and does not require a cancer warning on its label. In its opinion, Thursday's Supreme Court reiterated that federal law requires Monsanto to use an EPA-approved label unless the EPA approves or requires a different label. So what you should be pointing out too then is the corruption of the Environmental Protection Agency, because clearly they're not doing their job if they don't require Monsanto to be labeling that their product causes cancer. The decision was delivered by Justice Brett Kavanaugh, who was joined in the majority opinion by Chief Justice John Roberts, as well as Justices Samuel Alito, Sotomayor, Kagan, Coney, Barrett, and Clarence Thomas. Justices Katani Brown, Jackson, and Neil Gorsuch dissented. Monsanto has faced a tidal wave of litigation in recent years over its Roundup product. Thursday's ruling is expected to block thousands of lawsuits from consumers who claimed Monsanto failed to warn them that the product could cause cancer. Bayer, a German pharmaceutical company, acquired Roundup when it bought Monsanto in 2018. The U.S. Supreme Court decision is good for science, farmers, and industries that depend on regulatory clarity for innovation, Bayer said. Of course, right? So how did they get away with not having to? Well, there's something going on between the EPA and the research, and why didn't the EPA require it? So the justices seem to be ruling in like what sort of legislation is already in place. So if the EPA isn't requiring them, then that's clearly pointing out corruption in the EPA, right? I mean, not that we didn't know that. Bayer added that it will continue to seek final approval of a $7.25 billion class settlement it proposed in February to contain the Roundup litigation. The proposed settlement, which would resolve current and future claims related to Roundup's use, is now before a Missouri state court. If the plan gets a green light, Monsanto would make annual payments for up to 21 years. So payments to what? Is that like settlements that people that have been harmed by the product? Question at the center of the Supreme Court case. The case before the Supreme Court was brought in 2019 by John Durnell, a gardener from Missouri who is one of more than 100,000 people across the country who have sued Monsanto and alleged that the key ingredient in Roundup, glyphosate, caused them to develop cancer. Durnell said that he had been exposed to Roundup for more than 20 years, leading him to develop non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, a type of blood cancer. Durnell's lawyers did not immediately respond to requests for comment. At the center of the dispute is a federal law called the Federal Insecticide, Fungicide, and Rodenticide Act, or FIFRA, which was enacted by Congress in 1947. The law regulates the use and sale of pesticides and sets a uniform framework for labeling of the chemicals. It also requires pesticide manufacturers to register their products with the EPA before they can be sold. The EPA, for decades, evaluated whether glyphosate-based pesticides pose adverse health risks to humans, including cancer risk, and has deemed Roundup safe to use. As a result, the herbicide's label does not include a cancer warning. So what studies have been done? Why do they think that? Bayer had argued that FIFRA's rules prohibited it from unilaterally changing its label precautionary warnings to include a cancer warning. While the EPA has determined that Roundup is safe when used as directed, a working group of the International Agency for Research on Cancer, which is part of the World Health Organization, classified glyphosate as probably carcinogenic to humans in 2015. Interesting. EPA conducted its own examinations of glyphosate's carcinogenic potential and found the strongest support for classifying the chemical as not likely to be carcinogenic to humans. Based on its analysis, the EPA in 2019 and 2020 concluded that the cancer warning for glyphosate was not needed, and it has continued to approve labels of glyphosate-based pesticide products that do not contain cancer warnings. Still, the classification from IARC sparked a slew of lawsuits. Among those plaintiffs was Durnell, who sued Monsanto in Missouri in court in 2019. The jury rejected all but one of Durnell's claims that Monsanto failed to warn consumers about Roundup's alleged cancer risk and awarded him $1.25 million in damages in 2023. Bayer says it no longer sells glyphosate-based Roundup products, but does offer other versions of the herbicide through retailers such as Home Depot and Lowe's. What do you mean? What? The Missouri Court of Appeals went on to reject Monsanto. So does glyphosate then is not in Roundup anymore? Is that what this is saying? Let me see what the ingredients say if you look it up online. Show me a picture of the label. No? Can't read it. What is this bullshit? I can't read it. It makes the shit too small. You can't even read it. Ugh. That's some shady shit. Anyway. I'll have to go check it out. Like next time I go to Lowe's or something, I'll see if I can find the label and see what it says is on there. So they're saying they don't use glyphosate anymore? Does anybody know anything about this? You doubt that? Bayer is evil too? Oh yeah. I'm just wondering what is it that what studies were done that they think that it doesn't cause cancer? People sharing delusions when political claims defy evidence like flat earth. Oh God. Oh, they talked about Gather Festival. Isn't that the one that Alex Michael was doing over there in Spain? Hello, Angela Baby Carson. Hello, Lord Frybread. Federal death admin. Yeah. You used Roundup for years and wound up with an autoimmune disease, but your wife poisoned you too. Yeah. Bayer, the manufacturer, has removed glyphosate from most consumer versions sold for the residential home and garden use at major retailers like the Home Depot. However, it is still sold in commercial/agricultural formulations and certain consumer spot treatments. So if it's safe to use, why'd they take it out? USAID, NGO food production, donations, and refugee aid. Trump says Iran money will buy America food. What? So let's see what this says. This is written by Shin Dong-hyun. There are those who believe the earth is flat. These are the followers of the flat earth movement, famous enough to be featured on Netflix. I once met Mark Sargent, a prominent figure among them, at the Gather Festival held in Stockholm, Sweden in September 2019. Oh, okay, so that's different. Gather Festival. Mark Sargent, if you're still here, do you remember this? Did you go to this? September 2019 in Sweden? And on September 2019, I was in the Netherlands. Was Mark in Sweden at that time? I don't remember that. During a session I attended for reporting, the moderator asked, "Why do you believe the Earth is flat?" Photos of Earth taken from space were displayed on the screen, and objections poured in from the audience, but he refused to budge. I recalled this memory from 7 years ago due to the recent guilty verdict of perjury handed down by the Suwon District Court regarding the prosecutor's salmon and alcohol party coercion claim. Despite the jury and the court deeming the allegations false, Lee Hwai-young, the former vice governor of Gyeonggi Province, and some Democratic Party of Korea lawmakers have persisted in their claim that they were coerced with salmon and alcohol into making false confessions about remittances to North Korea. Salmon and alcohol. Initially, Lee stated she drank soju and her face turned red, but later claimed she only touched the cup with her lips. The location of the alleged drinking kept changing, and the state shifted between June, July, and finally settled on May 17th. Both the court in this trial and the one that confirmed a prison sentence of 7 years and 8 months for the North Korea remittance case raised doubts about the credibility of the salmon and alcohol party maker claim. What is this? Democratic Party lawmakers who held a hearing in April on the Sangbangwol North Korea remittance manipulation indictment allegation and declared the truth of the salmon and alcohol party has been revealed to the world. What? Have continued to argue it is practically innocent. Even after the perjury conviction, this mirrors how flat Earth believers insist the Earth is flat, regardless of NASA's findings or astronaut testimonies. This is just a weird comparison to make. The American Psychiatric Association defines delusion as a false belief based on incorrect inference, differing from what almost everyone else believes and firmly held despite clear contradictory evidence. While psychiatric terminology cannot be directly applied, the core of delusion lies in refusing to revise beliefs despite opposing evidence. In the past, absurd theories like the flat Earth were hard to encounter. The hyper-connected society has created an environment where conspiracy theories and delusions thrive. Falsehoods like microchips and vaccines or dog dewormer as a cancer cure persist no matter how often they are debunked. Dog dewormer is cancer cure. Yeah, you guys saying that ivermectin cures cancer, it is kind of, I don't think there's really any truth to that. There's people, and I've seen people who say that they did try that protocol to cure cancer and it did nothing for them. So, I don't know. Microchips and vaccines, not exactly. The same applies to the global prevalent election fraud claims. People with irrational or fringe beliefs who might never have met in the past now find each other with a single click, reinforcing their beliefs. This is how collective delusion is formed. Oh, God. Election fraud is delusion, according to this person. Holy shit balls. Delusion does not acknowledge opposing evidence. When new evidence emerges, it is dismissed as a conspiracy and experts are labeled accomplices. If courts issue unfavorable rulings, the judiciary is accused of being corrupted. This process becomes a feedback loop that strengthens the belief. Well, why don't you tell us about how Zen Garcia won that case in court about that guy not presenting proof of a ball Earth like he thought he did. Flat Earth, vaccine conspiracy, and election fraud theories all persist in the same way. What? Okay, well, yeah, all three of those things I think are actually conspiracies that are real conspiracies. The salmon and alcohol. What the hell is a salmon and alcohol party? Like, I don't understand the salmon and alcohol party thing. Like, what the fuck does that even have to do with any of this? After the event in Sweden, developers from around the world surrounded Sargent and asked again. He responded, stating that we have different worldviews. He seemed confident that even delusional thinking could become a worldview if shared by tens or hundreds of thousands. Mark Sargent. I don't think he's in chat anymore. Oh, backstage at Gather. Okay, you did go. Here's the link to the Gather Festival. I opened the Gather Festival. Okay. I don't remember that going on. Interesting. Gather Festival, Stockholm with David McRaney. Okay. That's funny. So while you were in Sweden, I was in the Netherlands at the Flat Earth Conference in the Netherlands that Dee Dee and John put on. And like Iru was there, and Zach was there, and Rodrigo was there. Salmon and alcohol party is a slang phrase used in online communities, primarily on platforms like Reddit, to cleverly refer to salmonella poisoning. I don't understand the salmon and alcohol thing. I feel like I just don't get it. Prosecutor salmon and I just don't understand that half of that story. It hurts my head actually a little bit. Effie is everywhere, yes sir. Holy fuck, something wrong, we too low. Very funny. Very funny.
Number one, long distance photography. Number two, gravity versus the vacuum of space. Number three, the eclipse shadow is too small. The number four would be the moon temperature being cold. And number five is the Van Allen radiation belts. Are they deadly, yes or no? How's that? I don't think we know yet. And that's part of the reason. That's the ultimate secret, which is who actually runs the show. Now, of course, over them, whoever built this place really runs the show. But as far as the top human group, don't know. You know, there have been so many science fiction novels written over the years covering just about every possible reality you can think of, including this. This is not new. I mean, hell, The Truman Show talked about it, and many books and shows other than that. You know, if all possible realities have been written about in science fiction, isn't one of them going to be right? So who has the winning lottery ticket? I think it's this one. Because it creates almost infinite amounts of suspicion and mistrust. In fact, there's a new one out nowadays. It's not just hoaxing or any sort of conspiracy. It's called auto-hoaxing, which is that people that are really into conspiracies, they don't believe anything that's on the media. Everything that comes out of the media is automatically fake. It's not innocent until proven guilty. It's fake until proven true. And the longer you stare at it, the more it starts to make sense. And then it's like literally like a scale, with eventually you're looking at this and going, that's not so great anymore. That's pretty good though. And that's how people get in. And that's how I got in, and here we are 4 years later.
Shout out to Mark Sargent. A guy in my neighborhood, a dentist, was just arrested for fentanyl trafficking. Were you saying that before? Somebody else I feel like was saying that. I think that was you were the one who was talking about it. Never would have guessed he was a dentist. Yeah, that's you. You said that last week, I think. That's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Yeah, the shadow on the moon, it's not even a shadow. I don't even think it's a shadow. It's not even how shadows work. So, it's very interesting. A heavier version of me. A good return on investment? What are you talking about, Mark? Oh, I know. Yeah, how does that affect me? What difference does it make in my life? I still have to go to work in the morning. Yes, you do still have to go to work in the morning. That doesn't relieve you of your life responsibilities. Just gives you a different view of the world itself and why the powers that should not be do things that they do. All right, everybody. Is it time to wrap it up? It's 1 p.m. Kind of ran out of stuff to talk about, I think. I was going to play Ted took GoPro video of his walk with the dogs yesterday, and I forgot to bring it upstairs, so I don't have it with me to play it. No, it's private. Do continue. Focus life efforts on making Earth round again. 4 more hours, yeah. Nobody wants to watch a show for that long. I've already been going for 3 hours and 21 minutes. Nobody wants to watch a 7-hour stream. Are you kidding me? Can't believe we used to do that shit. Remember we used to do that stuff back in the old days? But they'd have like streams going for like 8-10 hours at a time. People just sitting there talking. I mean, just the most boring, horrible live streams ever. And we just couldn't get enough of it. Take it from the top. Flattening the curve. I still see people talking about the moon map. I have a question for you moon map people. If you're a flat earther and you think that the moon is a map, what flat earth model do you think the moon is? How far? Because if you're a flat earther and you think that the sun and the moon are both the same size and small and close, and each one of these objects can only be seen on half of the plane at any given time, how does the moon that can only be seen by half of the plane at any given time have a have the entire plane plus more land on its face? Like, how did it even get transferred there if it can't even see the whole place at once? How does that happen? How? How come the time zones don't match? I'm like, it was only interesting to me like the first time I saw that idea years ago, and it really didn't take very much looking into it to become completely uninteresting and a big nothing burger to me. '94. Let's see, how hot's it supposed to be? How hot is it here now? It's 88, high of 92 today, but that's only because it's cloudy here. It'd probably be hotter if it wasn't cloudy, but I'll take the cloud. I'll take the clouds. Perhaps a partial reflection, but that doesn't make sense. Maybe the image was done in time lapse. But how is it exposing though? Like, how does that work? Is there, you guys, how does that work though? So like, if it's exposure, where's the light coming from? Was there light coming from the Earth that went to the moon to expose the image onto the moon? And how come they're so distorted? Chemtrails make the heat more bearable. Yeah, I don't subscribe to it either because it doesn't make any sense. The map was so very dumb. I know. Through the firmament? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. It just... God said, let there be light, flash. But that's still, if you can only see it from half the plane at a time, it still doesn't really... I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I don't get it. All right, friends. I think I'm going to wrap it up. And I got to go cut the grass and probably do some other stuff around the house and stuff. So, yeah, you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, wonderful rest of your day. Happy Moonday, and we shall see you soon. All right, peace.
The Earth, but I'm not spinning at all. Hi, Hailey, I'm spinning at 120 miles per hour. How about you, Zach? I am spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, but I don't feel it. Oh, fuck.